Doink. Oh, he just lose gear.
No, we just lost Jesse.
Jess, rather. I'm like, hey, we'll go live. And I said, Gear's finishing his dinner. I go, Gear's finishing his dinner. And I says, we'll go live. And all of a sudden, whammo, we're back to 3.
There we go. There she is.
Did you hit the wrong button?
I did. I was trying to clear out my stuff before we went live, and apparently I cleared out too much.
Clearing out all that midget porn?
I told you to take your spyware off my phone.
No, well, hey. Those things happen. So what's happening? Any good?
Yeah.
We're talking offline.
I'm eating sloppy joes, baked beans, pasta salad, and party potatoes.
I feel bad for anybody near you, but or tomorrow, either way you look at it. So we finally got some good weather here today. It's been friggin' freezing the last 2 days.
Sloppies, I made them extra sloppy for you.
Right.
Yeah, good to see you.
Get
Don't have
sloppy
it again.
joes here.
Doing all right. I was talking with Jess off when we were offline, and she was saying how she was going to get the garden. I still have like a month before you can even plant anything here, because we get a frost and everything right up until friggin'.
What they say? Usually you can plant after Mother's Day.
Yeah, I mean I can start the seedlings.
My
in the
God.
house. My wife can start the seedlings in the house if she wanted to. You know what I mean? But
For here, they say after Easter, but I always start before Easter, and some years it pays off. Some years it bites me in the ass, but it's worth it either way.
yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna keep my fingers crossed for this year because I'm putting stuff in the ground today because my almanac queen thought today was the 21st, and so she told me to plant.
Right.
And I looked on my phone after I'd already had some of the stuff planted, and I was like, I'm sorry, what day did you think it was? And she's like, the 21st. And I was like, no, it's the 20th. And so she had to get out her almanac, and I was like, is today a good day to be planting? She's like, well, it's not a bad day, but it's not the best day. And I was like, when's the best day? She goes, tomorrow. I was like, well, it's gonna stay in the ground because I ain't digging that shit up.
Right.
Exactly.
I done got dirty. I ain't sitting there messing with this shit.
Yeah, my wife hasn't done hers yet, but
We always did a late harvest too. Did a late plant.
Yeah, I've got some stuff that can't even go out until late May.
yeah, you
And
can't.
then
Yep.
my pumpkins I can't even put out until I don't even know when.
I think that's middle of June, ain't it?
I think so. For them to be ready for October, probably.
Yeah, somewhere around June, like
June, maybe even July.
we used to plant more corn in in July, like just right after 4th of July, we plant more
so
corn.
You can harvest it, right? Harvest it in September or whatever, October.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. That's what I wish I had a decent. Yeah, now I'm probably gonna make some kind of raised bed, but that's why I wish I had a yard. You know what I mean? And I can make my own compost. I can do all that stuff. You know, and I can't do any of it because I don't have. You know, it just fucking frustrates the shit out of me. But she did tomatoes and green peppers and basil and what other spice did she do? Basil and something else.
And
Not parsley.
chives, green onion, and lavender.
Yeah,
so
I forget
far.
what she did, but that came out excellent. They all did, actually. And all the neighbors were pissed off at her. They were like, how come your wife's tomatoes are coming out good? And I goes, well, guys, your tomato plants sit in the sun all day long. Hers don't. The sun doesn't hit here until, noon. And then
green onions were one of my favorites.
Then at 1 o'clock we get the shade of the tree. So it's, you know what I mean? What do you use it for soil? Just regular fucking, what do you call it, soil?
Just like potting soil?
Yeah. That's all. I water them twice a day. Once in the morning, once at night. That's it. Unless, of course, it rains. Obviously. All right, Stevie. We're here, buddy.
Hey, Flan, if nobody said hey, Flan.
Flan! Actually, Flan was right. For some stupid reason on the thing. See, I wish you would go back to regular YouTube from back in the day. Because it said I set the time for the chat for tomorrow morning at fucking 11 o'clock or whatever the hell it was, 10 of 11. And I'm like, no, I did not. But it's pretty fucked up doing that, Yeah, so.
Hey, Flan. How's it going?
Jesus, thanks, Gear.
Last night, man, I came back on and my phone said like 11%. And I've charged it, I started because I was charging it.
Yeah.
And it started draining like crazy quick. And it was like, next thing you know, it said 1%. And I was like, oh shit. And then boom, gone. And then I was like, screw it, I'm going to bed.
Yeah. I didn't get, it was my anniversary last night, so I wasn't doing a chat.
I think I jumped out of the chat at like 2 or 3 o'clock this morning.
Oh, really? Gear had a all-nighter, did he?
It was called It's Early Yet chat.
It's early yet. Yeah, it's crazy.
Yeah, she does.
This morning I didn't want to get up this morning.
Voice.
Thank you, Flan.
We learned a lot about how men are pieces of shit.
Really?
No, not all men, just some men.
Just some men, yeah.
So Mr. Humdinger, huh?
Yeah.
It was after 3 a.m. my time.
Fuck that. I was looking at the inside of my eyelids at fucking.
I think the highlight
11 o'clock.
I think the highlight was Amanda's blood on the floor at the hospital.
All right. What?
She was at the ER.
What happened to Amanda?
No, this is a while back. She's just talking about she's at the ER and she looked down, there was blood on the floor and she was complaining about it. So I went off on her like, excuse me, but I said, excuse me, Miss Thing or something, but your hangnail is not did you ever take time to think that maybe that blood came from somebody with a gunshot wound or was stabbed or something? It was an emergency. Oh, it was fun. We had a good time. Didn't we, Gear?
Yeah, it was a good one. I was actually hoping everyone would have to call it a fairly early night, and I'm always telling everyone it's early yet, so I didn't want to call it an early night.
Oh, you should have, man.
That would have been fucking funny if when he ends a fucking chat and somebody says, "Hey, it's early. Where the hell are you going?"
Actually, you know what, Mikey? There was a lot of Baltimore last night. and everyone partook, and everyone was a recipient.
There was a lot of what?
Ball busting.
Oh, really?
Oh yeah.
I don't break balls.
But it was a good time though. It wasn't,
I do my best not to break balls. And that's
Yeah,
just like cutesy.
I know
You know,
a
if it's
certain
cutesy
blonde
breaking
in
balls,
South
I could do it with
Carolina would think
chess.
that has a different opinion of that with you.
What's that?
I said I know a certain blonde in South Carolina that has a different opinion on that with you.
I said unless it's Jesse.
No, it's in South Carolina.
Oh
I was
yeah,
about
well,
to say, I'm not in South Carolina. I'm in Missouri, sweetheart.
I don't break Amanda's balls.
And I'm not a
Bullshit!
blonde.
You guys break each other's balls like crazy.
I don't know what you're talking about. I'm not like that.
As
You guys
he
are like
says
brother
with a
and sister.
shit-eating grin.
Come on now.
Look at him. He can't even keep a straight face when he's saying
Right.
it.
Come on now.
Hey, Swamp Donkey.
Swamp donkey. Oh hey, can I do this? Because all right, so not to change the subject, but I'm gonna go on big like this. So I got a let me tell you a little story. You guys know Swamp Donkey. If I didn't say hello, how are you? Hope things are well. You guys know he comes in the chat when it's on Friday, anyways. Craig Dweller, right? So anyway, he did a video a week or so ago, and like always, it's a good video. And anywho, a while back, he did a review on the Mora camp hatchet, and I went back in his thing. I couldn't find it, and I wasn't sure if he took it down or whatever. So, anyways, I commented on his video, and then at the end of it, I put, "Hey, I was looking for that video of the
Mora hatchet.
the Mora hatchet that you did." Da, da, da. And I was because when I was thinking, blah, blah, blah. He says to me, he texts me, says, "Mikey, send me your address." So I sent him my address, and he gifted it to me.
Oh fuck yeah! That's a hell of a dude, man.
Oh, that's excellent. The thing that sucks is I was going to do like a vid. There's something wrong with my camera. I can't get my camera to work properly.
Just do it on your phone, man.
I can't do that either. You know why?
Why?
So I was talking to Stump
Got
one
a
time.
glare.
No, I was talking to Stump, right? I go, "Stump, how do I get this shit onto the computer?" He goes, "Mikey," he goes, "take your USB, stick it where in here where you charge your phone." I go, "Yeah." He goes, "Stick it into the fucking side of your computer." And every time I do that, it says some device is trying to acknowledge blah 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 blah.
Yeah. Device is trying to connect.
And I'm like, okay. And nothing ever happens. So anyways, I couldn't do a video on it, and I wanted to do a video on it.
Do you have YouTube on your phone?
Yes.
Then just do it on your phone and then upload it from your phone.
Oh, you can do that?
All my videos are from my
You told
Yeah.
I was told that you can't do that no more when they took away
You
when they
can't
took
go
away YouTube
live.
editing.
You can't go
You
live.
can't. Yeah, but you can upload all the shit that I've uploaded to my YouTube channel. This YouTube channel
Yeah.
has been from my phone. I don't have
Yeah.
a computer. I was a
Oh.
broke bitch.
So anyways, right? So he sends it, he gifted it to me, right? And first of all, it's a true moral because fuck is sharp as fuck. Right? And I happen to like it. I was fucking around with it the other day. It goes pretty good. So, Craig, if you're watching, thank you, my friend. Again.
So,
I really
Mikey,
did enjoy it.
You got your phone, right?
Yeah.
Okay, go to YouTube, and I want to show you something.
Hang on. Let me take me off. Let me take myself off of fucking.
Yeah, no problem.
Well, first of all, let me put the what do you call it back on before I fucking cut my fingers off.
The sheep.
Hey, before you do that, you want to run through the room?
Yeah,
Naked?
go ahead. I gotta take my plate
Naked?
into the kitchen anyway.
Run through the room. You want me to do a what do you call it? A rundown? Jess?
Do what?
Do you want me to do a rundown? Is that what you're telling me?
I was asking if you were going to.
I will if you tell me to.
Mikey, will you do a rundown?
Sure, no problem.
We have a lot of fine folks out there that
We
I think they deserve our shout out.
And I've been remiss. I did want to get that out there that about my hatchet, and that I wanted to apologize for not doing a video on it. I really do want to do a video on it. We'll see what happens. But like I said, my camera fucking blows. All right, let me see if I can do this without sneezing. So Flan was the first one in, and she helped me with the time on the chat. By the way, folks, Flan, I hope things are well. Hope the weather changed for you. Stalker Steve is out in the audience tonight. Stevie, good to see you, my friend. You do have a what do you call it in your Facebook mailbox, and yes, it's at Stalker Steve, not your other account. Gear Grind 19 is with us. Of course, he's on the panel, and Gear was nice enough to do a chat last night because it was my wedding anniversary and I couldn't do it. So Gear was nice enough to have one.
Yeah,
From what I hear,
Forgot
if
all
when I
about
understand it, from what I understand it, you it was too early yet to shut it down.
Well, yeah, and no, yeah. It was a good one though. I mean,
That's all it counts.
I would have still been awake anyways, but
Yeah.
I didn't want to pull a Mikey and fall asleep on
What are
the
you talking
chat.
about? What are you trying to talk about? I don't fall asleep on shots. I don't know what the fuck you're talking about. Swamp Donkey 530 joins us. What's up, bud? Good to see you. How's things up north? The other beautiful Jesse Rose obviously in here with us. Stevie B made it tonight, folks. Stevie, what's going on, man? HR Weapons Machinist. That's a barbecue pork processing hatchet. You think so? I'm thinking the same thing, kid. That'll take off a shoulder. That'll take off a ham.
That thing could take off a couple of things.
Yep. So yeah, I like I said, I was
that thing's so sharp you can circumcise a mosquito.
Yeah. G Trapper is in the house, ladies and gentlemen. What's up, my friend? How are you? I hope things are well. And I think that's it. I hope I didn't miss anybody.
Hey, Uncle Cal.
Uncle Cal, hope things are well, my little friend. Yeah, so that was pretty cool that Craig did that, and I look forward to using it more.
You look forward to tearing some shit up with it. That's what you're looking forward to.
Yeah, and it's a beautiful camp axe, though. It is what it's made for. You know what I'm saying? It's a camp axe. It's not gonna, you're not gonna go to cut down no fucking 10-inch round fucking tree with the fucking thing. Well, though I'm sure you could if you had the energy to do it, but you don't have to.
Nice. You gonna make some videos using it?
I may, if I can get my stupid thing, and then I have to get a new phone because first of all, it's a Samsung. Second of all, the little standy thing in the back, that's gone.
Yeah.
And it's acting funny.
Case.
And it's acting, I don't have a case.
What?
The little thing that I could lean it up against, so you can watch your movies or whatever. Anywho.
That should be on your case, not your phone, right?
What, bud?
Is your phone in a case?
No. Well, it might be. Yeah, it is.
That's
Yeah.
a case.
You just need a new case. You don't need a new phone.
Or
I still
you
want
know,
a new
you
phone.
can.
Shh. I told the wife it was the phone. Shh.
Oh, okay. For future reference, you can get a really awesome tripod off of Amazon, fairly cheap, and you don't have to worry about your case. You just prop it up anywhere and hit record.
Well, I mean, I've done plenty of videos with my cell phone before. It's just since we came off of, I didn't know that you could still use YouTube and then process it that way, because I used to do it that way. You know what I'm saying? Then when Movie Maker came out, and there was something wrong. I couldn't like when I told you when Stump said, "Mike, do it from there to there," and I couldn't do it. I was given the GoPro for Christmas, and I used the GoPro. And then I got this one for. I got the camera for Father's Day. But anyway, we'll see. It should all work out in the end. That's what I keep saying. You know. But yeah,
Yep.
so I'm kind of stoked on that about that hatchet. I think I'm gonna fuck around a little bit more tomorrow. You know, get used to it, and I love. You know what I love about it too is that. See the design right there. See that hand. You see how it rises right here.
Yeah.
Get a Mora, put it in your hand, and guess what? It's the same rise. That they have on the knives.
Huh.
What's your exact phone and name, Mikey? I'll go check out. What's my exact phone? Hey, you want me to give you your phone number? Oh, my exact phone?
Like
I
the
don't
make
know.
and the model, so that way you
J7
can-
something.
Samsung SJ7.
I don't know. Hang on a minute. Settings. Phone. About phone. SM-J72 7T1. Susie Scott, how are you? Good to see you. I hope things are well.
Hey, Susie.
Hang on, Gia. I'm trying, buddy. Bang. What is that?
Gerber shark belly.
That's also called a knife, Mikey.
No shit.
My new knife I bought.
I like that.
Lightweight. It's got the
She's pretty.
basic clip on it, pocket clip.
But that
Supposed to be-
pocket clip's a lot better than this one.
Supposed to be scratch resistant,
Yeah.
but it sells. Price is I think it's $36, but I got it at our cost plus a little bit.
Fun. J.
Sheepfoot blade.
Fun. SM-J72 7T1.
Well, yeah, that's the model, but you just need to try to figure out the name, just like what the basic name of that is.
Galaxy J7 Prime. But Gia, here, I'll show you mine, Gia. Well, that didn't come out right, did it? I like your pocket clip better than that one. You know why? Because this one hasn't, because I make damn sure it doesn't happen. But some of these, like on my Kershaw, the one that Ed gave me, look what happened.
I was gonna ask if yours get stretched out. It just
Yeah.
I don't know what the wear and
Stretched
tear
out. So yours, let me click off myself here because you guys know I hate that.
Mikey, that happens to mine all the time. I just take them down the basement, put them in the vise, and bend them back.
Yeah, I wish I had advice. You, yours doesn't look like you can do that.
Use a drawer then, like a drawer
Just
door.
put it in the
nightstand
drawer.
or something.
But where would I bend it though? Like,
You got to bend it back. Bend it on the creases.
it's only gonna. Oh, so I bend it in the center. I mean,
No. Like you see, you have to take it off. It's probably got like 3 screws, right?
two.
Take 2 screws off, and then
I don't know why I just can't buy another one.
well, you could, but I mean,
Does Kershaw sell just the thing?
yeah.
That's a nice. I like that gear. That looks cool.
The best clip
I
on a
don't
knife
know.
that I've ever had is a Smith & Wesson SWAT knife.
Smith & Wesson's getting pretty good with their knives lately.
Now, well, they used to be really good. Now they're cheaper. They used to be made in the USA. Now they're made in China. Like their first run, like back in 2000,
Yeah.
like their first run of folding blade knives, folder
Yeah.
knives, was really good. Really,
I
I mean, that's what I carry most of the time. That's what I carried up until Stalker Steve gave me that Gonzo. I carry
Yeah,
it
that's
now.
what he. Yeah, that's this one. Right? Did we lose him?
No, I'm here. I just
Is it the same
I have
Gonzo?
the one I have has three screws in the clip.
Yeah, that's on the Gonzo. Yeah, my Gonzo has 3 in the clip,
Yeah,
but it was the Kershaw that only had 2.
Wow. But you know what? I've never
That's
had
the
good luck with
Kershaw.
Kershaw clips. To me, I think they're junk.
The Gonzo one, this knife. I mean, the Gonzo, dude, that's a sharp fucking blade.
Yeah.
I love this knife. It's the right size. Comes right out. You know, I love this knife. There isn't anything I can't do with this, and I like that. You know that I don't even know what kind of grind they call it, but the high grind, like on my Sandman Rue. Wow, I remembered.
Sandman Room? Yeah, I got one of those. Them damn things are sharp as hell.
Yeah, you know the
Sandman
Yeah. What? Yeah, but my southern brother Chad sent me that.
Yeah.
But I'm trying to. That's up. The Sandman Rule's up in my thing, but I'm trying to find a grind similar to this. All right, so you know the grind that's on the Sandman Rule? It's really high, right? It's almost like it almost comes to the top. Whoops, where's my finger? Come over here. Yep. It almost comes to the top. That's my favorite type of grind. And this one's like the Gonzo's almost 3/4 up there. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
The only thing is with the Gonzo, guess what I did? Guess what I did to it? No, I put a chip.
You didn't lose it in the lake.
No, I put a right there. I put a chip in it. See it?
Oh, you chipped it?
Right there.
I know a couple guys that could take that out of there, probably.
Yeah, me too. I sent my last one to him. He did this one. He redid this knife for me. Remember this one had a chip in it? That's my buck. I love this. Absolutely love this knife. It's my hunting knife. Look at the chipping look at the chipping on the right ramp on that there, buddy.
Chimping on the thumb ramp.
Where's my finger? That's what she said. But
Chimping on the thumb ramp.
I'll tell you what. The sheath that I have the buck in, it's not nylon. Okay.
Somebody's
It's
getting
another type, huh?
dinged. Somebody's getting dinged.
I am. It's another type of thing, but I'll tell you what, I like it. And it's not nylon where it's gonna wreck. Who's dinging me?
Dude, I had
My
a
bad.
knife that
My
I
bad.
loved. I had a knife that I loved and I lost it. And really, I don't even think I lost it. I think one of my buddies swiped it because he's got one, and it's identical to the one I had.
What's up, brother?
And
What's
I think he
happening,
might have
everybody?
swiped it.
How you doing, bro?
Is
Good,
Evo?
good.
But it
Thank
was
you,
It was a
Flan.
Quagmire.
Hey, Jesse,
Hey,
I won't
Steve.
cut fresh flowers for you.
guess what song's been in my head all day?
You know, I wish
Ooh,
that
what
I had
song?
Jesse's girl.
It's a small world after all. Sorry, y'all. I'm a little bit worn out today. I've been working on my bathroom all day, and freaking gear kept me up too late.
Oh, don't
Y'all
even
kept me
try
up.
don't even try blaming Gear. That was your girlfriend keeping everybody up, looking for swirled popsicles.
G Trapper says he carries a Leatherman. It's a Super Tool 300. I don't have a Leatherman.
There's always that one thing. I noticed it last night and probably a couple chats before that. There's always that one thing that can easily take up an hour.
What's that?
Man.
Usually it's food.
Speaking of which,
All right, thanks, Flan.
Big,
We get that
double-
Oh,
brownies?
that looks good.
big old bacon burger.
Bacon burger?
Yeah.
You know what? All right, a bunch of people are going to say, Mike, you're a fucking jerk. But you know what's funny? I absolutely love bacon. Leave my fucking burgers alone.
Right.
I don't know what it is. I don't know what it is. I just don't like bacon on my burgers. It's messed up, but I want bacon everywhere else, though. You know what I mean?
Right.
I do. It's just, it's the weirdest thing. My wife's like, you eat bacon 5 times a fucking week, and you don't want it on your hamburger? I don't know what it is, hon. I go, it's just dumb. But it's just the way it is, I guess. I don't know.
Yeah. Everybody has their likes and dislikes.
I never said I was a,
The right flavor combo.
yeah.
So anyhow, I'm going to eat this. I'm going to turn my camera off, but I'm still hanging here.
Okay.
I don't
Well,
want to. I guess I eat like a pig. I've been told.
Hey, don't touch that button. It knocks you out.
Was that what you did?
No, I went into the chat, and then instead of hitting the little X, I just hit the back button on my phone, and it just
Yeah.
took me
You
right
backed
to the
yourself right out.
chat. Yep.
Yeah, so I'm going to have to try what these guys are telling me. And I'm going to have to, a person can't have too many knives. You got that right, Susie.
That is
Except
a
here's-
statement I can get behind.
Susie, here's the problem with that, right? Well, there's no problem what you said, don't misunderstand me. But here's the problem sometimes when you're married and the knives come in the house. What's that?
Excuse me.
Bless you.
Bless you.
I go, I'll say something like, well, Stevie from Ohio sent me a knife, or whoever, this person sent me a knife, whatever it is, or I bought one, or I bought 2, and she would say to me, if another knife comes into this house, I'm gonna stab you with it.
Hey,
I got him everywhere.
Mikey. Stalker Steve is one of the nicest guys in the world. He just recently bought me a new holster
Nice.
that I forgot that I even ordered it. It's good.
That's excellent.
You just have to remember to text your special buddies that you told the wife that in case they're confronted someday.
Right.
Right.
Yes.
Well, that's the thing. I ordered this holster and it said like 7 to 9 weeks or something like that, or 5 to 8 weeks or something. And Steve said, "Oh, just in time to forget about it. And then when you come home, it's going to show up on your porch." And I was like, "Yeah." And then I can just claim that you sent it to me.
That's what I'm going to do when I buy my air gun.
Yeah.
You can
Or
just-
you could always sit there and say, "I won this in a giveaway."
Right.
Ooh, yeah, that's a good one.
Yeah.
One in the giveaway.
I want it from Steve.
Well, you can't say it's an online giveaway, and you can't really say that it was like a giveaway that they did a video for, because she's like most women, she will do her research and be like,
Well,
"I didn't see a
Not
giveaway
mine.
show at all."
Mine won't watch my videos. She doesn't. She won't even hold the camera for me.
As long as I'm here when the mailman runs before she sees it, I'm good.
Right. I got freaking, what do you call it, at my door 6 nights out of 7 now. Amazon. My daughter's like, "Dad, how do you know you ordered something on Amazon?" Gee, I don't know. A little birdie told me. So this morning, I had to work on my car. I'll tell you that in a minute, a little while. But anyway,
You guys,
go ahead. What?
I was just going to say, do you remember years ago on Amazon when you earned points and stuff and got like,
Yeah, you can't do that no more.
right? But I mean, you used to get free stuff off of Amazon. It was like you'd get free, you'd buy a bunch of shit and earn points. And the next thing you know, you got all these points that you can buy stuff with. That was great. I like that.
I
Oh,
get
yeah.
I get points on my Amazon credit card.
On your right, I was going to say. Well, that's what I was going to say. On your Amazon
Yeah.
credit, when you use your Amazon credit card, you earn points that way.
Yeah, but I mean, this is just earning points
Regular for it,
buying
right?
stuff.
Regular. I know what you're saying.
And then
Right.
I get a few points, not really enough to do anything with, except for maybe order like one of those Bobo, like $8 knives, and I'd blow it on
Well-
the $8 knife instead of saving up for something else. As soon as I got like $9-10, I'd order a knife.
The best one I've seen, the best point system I've ever seen for a company, all right, is Pyramid Air. Whatever you buy turns into a point, all right, and it's turned into $1. So if I buy something for $33, I get 33 points, and it's $33. Do you understand what I'm saying here?
Yeah.
So if my next purchase is $100, I redeem my 33 points, but I'm only paying $67 for it.
Nice.
Okay, that's pretty good.
It's odd. It's a dollar amount of whatever. You know what I mean? And wow, it's pretty cool.
How they stay in business? Are they way overcharging for regular stuff?
I don't know, but a lot of this stuff though, dude, those air rifles, you get into fucking $2,000, $1,800, $1,900,
Mm.
real quick. I bought 3 canisters, 4. You buy 3, you get 1 free. I bought 4 canisters of 177 pellets, and I got.
Yep.
What?
Don't touch that button.
What's this button do?
Oops.
Mm-hmm. It's
You know-
a small world after all.
He's still talking
But
about
kick your ass.
he's still talking about BBs and pellets.
Probably.
Right. Hey, Mike, we ain't listening.
3 weeks in a row, or 3 Quagmires in a row. I know it's not Friday. It's a Saturday, but the title says Quagmire. Jesse caught it. That Mike hasn't went. Doink.
Doink.
He did doink tonight.
Excuse me?
He
Yesterday,
said
Did he?
doink.
anniversary.
Yeah, he said doink tonight.
Mm.
She dropped out right when we went live.
Well, damn.
Yeah, he said doink.
Fuck.
What's
Welcome
that
back.
button do?
I was trying to read the thing to show you what it was about, and I opened up a window, and I'm like, "How come I'm not hearing nothing?" And I look up and the fucking thing's gone. I'm like, you bitch.
Hey, there's a good comment out there. Read Susie Scott's comment.
Mikey, what would your wife say if you bought her own new knife? Nothing. She's not. It's not her thing. I try to have her. I try to have her take my my Kershaw with her when she goes to school, because she goes to, to carry it with her, because she won't carry a gun, she won't carry mace, she won't carry pepper spray, she won't carry none of that shit. So I try to get her to carry this one, and she won't even carry this one. But I get you a better point though. Your point, when I buy her stuff for Amazon, she doesn't seem to mind if something comes in the mail with my name on it. You know what I mean? But
it's when the truck backs up, beep, 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 and they drop the gate, and there's a skid on the back of it.
But this is why I try, Susie. This is why I try. So I try to. This is probably going to sound bad, but I'm going to try to make it not sound bad. I try to use what I've learned in past relationships, into my marriage, because
what not to do?
Yeah, and use the shit that used to work, like guys, my ex-girlfriend's brother. I come back from a football game one day, and he's like, blah blah blah. And, she's like, I went shopping today. I'm like, oh, that's nice. He's, yeah, but wait till you find out what she bought. And I don't give a fuck what she bought. I said, what you buy, honey? She goes, oh, I bought a vacuum cleaner for $600. I'm like, cool, no problem. And he's looking at me going, what the hell are you saying? Cool, no problem. She just spent $600 on a goddamn vacuum cleaner. And I whispered in his ear, because my playoff tickets are coming up in 3 weeks. That's why. I basically do that with my wife now.
I've learned one thing. Never start a conversation off with, well, your fucking mother.
But when I just bought a new kitchen table. She's like, I want to get, go ahead, honey. That looks nice. Buy that one, honey. That looks great. Okay. You know why?
Mm-hmm.
Because I have a fucking $700 fucking air gun coming. And when it gets there won't be any fights.
Mm-hmm. Well, you still get that one fight. I bought it for the family.
Yeah, this one's for the family too. I'm protecting the family with it.
Well, you can also take your kids out shooting too.
Yep.
Just don't videotape it, right, Ohio?
What's that? Huh? What?
Yeah, you can't. I did. I think I have a video of me shooting with the girls. What was it, 3 years ago? Shooting the Pelican in my backyard. I took more heat from people on that fucking video.
Wow.
It's a fucking Pelican. Shut the fuck up. And even if it was a 22, who cares?
What's wrong with people?
Why'd you take so much heat for it?
People didn't think that I should have had them shooting a Pelican. They didn't have some, what do you call it? Safety glasses on. First of all, the target was approximately 25 yards down from where we were shooting. I was using pointed pellets. It wasn't going to ricochet. So if I was using rounded, it might have ricocheted. I wasn't. I was, and my backdrop was a fucking oak tree. So, you know what I mean?
Right.
Yeah, that's like my video that got flagged for endangering children because my son was my cameraman as I was shooting a snowman with a shotgun.
See, fucking people. It's amazing what happens.
Yeah, you can't have your kids shoot a gun, but by God, you can watch kids. You can watch little boys dressed like drag queens
it's not even that.
and dance in a gay bar when they're only 10 years old.
I'm gonna give you a better one. To flag your video for a father and son spending time together. Okay?
Right.
All your clothes are on. You weren't doing anything wrong. They don't flag these chicks that are doing everything with fucking little to nothing on.
Right.
Okay? They're not, and I mean little to nothing. Like I can count the creases. You know what I'm saying?
I don't know.
Right.
I wouldn't know that about YouTube videos.
And
Oh, you've
You know.
never looked up naked yoga?
you would be surprised what's on YouTube.
I found one day. It was just two hot blondes doing naked yoga. It was a joke video. Every time they bent over, they were ripping one. And it was funny as hell, but gross.
But the thing is that, you know, like Banshee Moon. Come on.
Yeah.
Come on. She's not there to there's a homesteader. I forget the name. I forget the channel.
In that weird looking round igloo looking thing.
No, that's not Jake and Nicole. They're up in Canada. That one you mean?
Yeah, her thumbnails are
Her new thumbnail. I watched that whole thing to see if I can get a shot at it.
Yeah.
He just stuck the thumbnail on there because I'm like, Jake really doesn't like her doing shit like that.
I read the comments before and they were bitching about it, and it turns out she's the one who puts those on there.
Wow. But they won't let you have a gun with your kid.
Yeah.
But sex sells, so it's okay. It's okay that if there's a kid on there, if there's a girl on there, you know, whatever, 18 years old, wearing little to nothing, that's acceptable. And what are you teaching? You're teaching her that as long as she takes off as much clothing as she can, she'll get more views. And that's all you're teaching that little girl.
Uh-huh.
But that's okay. There's a father and son outside doing whatever they're doing, making a video, whatever they're doing. They're at the range together, whatever the fuck they want to do. That's child endangerment. It makes no fucking sense.
Right.
To me, anyways, it don't. You know? HRM Weapons says, I found a slingshot for the Gerbers, Axiom Aclaris hunting slingshot with slingshot ammo ball, 21,000 pieces natural clay balls. Really? The last hunting slingshot I saw was what's his name was trying to help, had a company helping him. Dave Canterbury. He actually had one where you could shoot arrows.
Pocket shot.
Yeah, I just had like a Crossman, I think. Was it Crossman like wrist rocket?
Yep.
Man, I used to fuck some shit up with that thing when I was a kid.
The thing I found that works the best, I have the ceramic balls, if you will.
Oh, like the little white marbles.
Yeah, they're not.
Yeah.
You know what you want? Ball bearings is what you want.
Oh, hell yeah.
Poco Loco's checking in from Idaho.
We was talking about spending time with your kids, shooting BB guns, pellet guns, and all that.
Yes, sir.
Can't we be just a little bit less white?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah, I forgot that.
I apologize for that outburst.
Yeah, stop.
Yeah. You gotta watch it or you'll be watching that training film.
I am not. I'm not. it's getting to a point. He said his dad invented it. Really? That's awesome, HRM. But with the clay, if it's a hunting one, is clay good enough, heavy enough to hunt with?
I used to
For squirrel, obviously it's small game. So squirrel, chipmunk, whatever rabbit.
when I was growing up, a buddy of mine's father worked at a spray paint can factory.
Yep.
And you know the little rattle balls that go in the
Yes.
spray can? They are little glazed ceramic balls.
Really?
And he used to get extras and bring them home all the time. I mean, his driveway was coated with them. You know, the gravel, used them
Right.
like gravel. Man, that stuff made the best slingshot ammo. And because it was glazed and baked and all real hard, it was plenty heavy.
So
About
what you're
5
saying is you had some glazed balls.
That's right, man. Them suckers used to fly out of my wrist rock.
I bet
Poker
they
said
did.
that's-
That's what she said.
Poker said that's strange. He thought they were brass.
Those make a better
I was-
ting when they hit.
I must have been poor or something. I grew up with just being able to get rocks. That's it.
Right. But I remember looking for rocks, trying to find round ones.
HRM says he doesn't like either one of them. Tony, use the ball bearings, HRM.
Marbles were
Y'all-
pretty damn good. They're big enough to
Marbles.
get a hold on.
Y'all was fancy with your marbles in a rock. We used those little balls that fell out of the trees, landed on the ground. That's what we used to hit each other with.
Oh, Jesus.
Uh,
Either acorns or crab apples. We used to fucking have crab apple fights, man.
Yeah.
Those things sting.
Do you guys know what a Japanese cherry tree is?
Yes,
Yeah.
my neighbor had one.
I had one in
Those
my
were real
mother's front
fun.
yard. My grandmother planted it. My mother said I was a baby when my grandmother planted it. Well, this thing bloomed. It only bloomed 1 weekend a year. Like 4 days out of the whole year it blooms, right? In May. But it had them fucking little cherries on it with the stem. And we used to fucking throw those at each other. Let me tell you something. They fucking hurt if you do it just right.
dude, we used to throw shit at anything we found on the ground underneath a tree. We'd be
Right.
at each other.
Hedge apples, man. Big ass hedge
Prep for
apples.
Yeah, we used to get those horse chestnut with the shuck still on them with the spikes.
Yeah.
Is that what that is? That's a chestnut?
Yeah,
Those are
horse
chestnuts, yeah.
That's
Dude,
not
when I lived, Stevie, remember when I lived at the house on the over, as driver would say, hey, Mikey, your kids go to school there?
yeah, right.
Right? We had don't you remember me asking what the hell that was? I thought you were with us. I had this tree, but it didn't do it every year. And I'm in the backyard one day, and I was barefoot.
Oh,
Oh, shit,
Dude.
that sucks.
Dude, I am on the ground. And I'm like, and fucking Gina's yell out to it, you all right? You all right? What happened? I said, I don't know. I fucking stepped on something. Jesus fucking. She come down and she goes, oh, that doesn't look good. She goes, you have like fucking 5 holes on the bottom of your foot.
holy shit.
I'm like, what the fuck did I step on? She goes, I don't know, maybe this. And I'm like, what the fuck is that? She goes, it came out of the
Looks like
tree.
Looks like a damn sea urchin and shit.
Yes.
Yeah,
That's a chestnut?
horse
Yeah.
chestnut. Yeah. Not the kind you eat.
I never knew what kind of tree
No,
that
no,
was.
no, man. My grandpa had those. We ate them all the time.
Well, the chestnuts
Squirrels eat them.
the chestnuts that you eat have a shuck like that, but it's kind of more fuzzy instead of pickery.
Oh, maybe that's what I'm thinking of.
But the nuts look about the same.
Well,
And-
I'll tell you what. Here's the weird part. I looked it up on the thing, on the internet, and I used. How come nobody told me that Hot and Bothered was down in the truck waiting?
Hey, what's up, hot and ready?
Hi.
Scarlet Red, how are you?
So wait, does that say hot and ready? Are you only $5?
What do you want for $5?
Anything
let her-
you want.
Little Caesars has got it going on. Their door's always open. What you got? What you
Oh,
got?
that was way easy too. You can't say something like that. Come on.
Yeah.
Anything you want.
So-
sucky, long time. Me so
I go
fun.
on this
Me
thing
so
on Google, right?
funny.
Hey, put the dirty talk away for a second, Ohio.
Me so funny.
I go on the Google, right, and I type in like different types of trees, whatever, blah blah blah. Sends me this site identifying trees. So I'm like, all right. So it uses the bark and the leaf. Where'd she go?
And
She don't like us no more?
what's this button? What's this
So-
button
What's
do?
this button do? Yeah, pay attention.
So,
She'll probably be back in the bottom.
So I'll look for her because the sixth person doesn't beep. So I couldn't match up the leaves or the bark. And even my wife looked. She's like, this is odd. I'm like, all right. I kept asking, hey, what falls from the fucking tree that has fucking pricks all over it like this? And nobody knew nothing.
A Massachusetts
Yeah, there-
tree.
There's an app for that called Picture This.
Oh. Let me tell you something. I
Where
never
you just
felt
take
so.
a picture of something that tells you what it is.
Yeah, any leaf, any bush,
Oh.
tree, flower, anything that
Really?
you want to know what it is, you take a picture of it and it tells you exactly what it is. That's how I
We
knew
could
half the crap
David,
was
how
in
are you,
this
bro?
the
area.
other night, couldn't we, Stevie?
Good to see you, Dave.
Welcome back. Ain't that cute? We
Up north at 60 joins us tonight, ladies and gentlemen.
How's it going?
From the far, far west of out in the Northwest Territories.
You having a good one?
But that's not good when you say having a good one. You didn't do the laugh.
That comes after have a good one.
That's right. You're right. So yeah, man. I'll tell you, those chestnuts, man. So I wouldn't let the girls. Like the girls. It's summertime. They're in and it's like, Dad, we want. This is nope. Put sandals on. Put flip flops on. Put something on. You're not going in the back. You're not going in the backyard with friggin'. But Dad, the tree. We're way back here in the backyard by the swing set. I go. Squirrels carry shit. Trust me. You're gonna get one in your foot, and you are gonna cry for a week because I cried for about an hour.
These carrots taste like ass.
Well,
That
they're
brings me to a
carrots,
question. I have
How
a
do
question.
you know what ass tastes like?
Thank you.
I mean,
Oh,
I know.
trust
I'm
me,
sure.
she knows.
I'm sure we've all licked a crack at one time in our lives or another. Come on now.
No, we haven't.
Quit trying to play Sunday Christian.
That's just like, hey, you know what a 9-volt battery and a woman's butthole have in common?
They both tangy.
You know you're not supposed to, but sooner or later you're going to stick your tongue on it.
And they have like a faint taste of. Watch, just how I do it. Watch. It just has like a
She
Like
just
a-
freeze.
real faint fishy taste, like like maybe they were put there at the restaurant with like maybe who the hell knows, right? Fish and chips or something. They're cutting it up. Who knows?
You got it from a restaurant?
These are Buffalo Wild Wings.
They wash all their raw vegetables in a disinfectant because of what happened with Taco Bell and the raw green onions.
Yeah, maybe it's just what they washed in or something. But anyways, I can't eat them no more. That was a total letdown. Do you ever just do that?
Yeah.
And then the other thing I did was I realized I bought
Yes.
Ben & Jerry's
been there
ice cream
for
at
letdowns.
Publix on the way home from work.
Let me tell you, girl. The secret is you got to lick and suck all the funk taste off, and then they taste better after that.
I would just take it to the sink and run them under some cold water.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say, Ohio. Just
You wanna-
take
you
them
wanna
to
know
the
what a real
sink and rinse
letdown
them
is?
off.
You want to know what a real letdown is, Amanda?
Mm.
You walk in a bar, you're playing darts, doing whatever, playing pool, and you see this pretty blonde sitting there by herself doing nothing. She winks, waves, does whatever. You send her a drink. You go over. You want to know what the letdown is? And then she opened her fucking mouth.
How
I
you
mean,
doing tonight?
huh?
The blonde says, how you doing tonight?
Yeah.
Okay, the only difference is in
And then she just opens her mouth because then it's just, so let me tell you something.
No, the only
You
difference
know, and it's
between
just,
them and me is that when I open my mouth, they're shocked at how intelligent I sound. And then they get intimidated by me and they play that whole, I'm intimidated by this pretty blonde chick thing, which is
oh, come
fucking
on.
bullshit, which is fucking bullshit.
What, listen, there ain't a woman alive that intimidates me. I love having fun with people like that.
I'm gonna tell you right now, men.
What?
There's so many more men. So there's one here. Hear me out.
Always.
And I'm not going to yell, Amanda. You don't have to yell, Amanda. You can get your point across without yelling.
Amanda, use your inside voice.
Use my inside voice. So there's like I've talked to Steve about this multiple times and other people as well, and I think that because of that one woman in the bar. Or in the club or wherever. I don't go to those places because you only get nasty bitches. You get nasty hoes up in those places. But
So
if you do go up there and you're actually interested in talking to somebody,
yeah,
and she does the whole, oh my God, why are you talking to me?
yes.
Okay, then that if every single guy I've ever known that has happened to them, whether they are good looking, muscular, ugly, fat, skinny. It's happened to every guy because there's just a several bitches in every crowd. But if the guy that maybe doesn't have as much confidence comes up to me and says something, the average woman is going to be like, wow, he had the confidence to say something. Well, hey, how you doing? Why don't you sit down? That's what I would do, because I would be like, this guy has some fucking balls. So I think that more of you should take a shot. Steve, this has nothing to do with you, Steve. Shut your fucking ears. Okay? This has nothing to do with you.
Hold on. I'm gonna have to cut in for a minute, and I'm gonna warn the people out in the chat that are listening to this. There's people like Amanda, and then there's assholes like me that'll walk up to me, and I'm not in the mood. I'll look at you, and I will say, on what fucking day? What fucking day? Bless your heart, sweetie. What fucking day do you think this was going to work? Turn around, walk away.
Go back to your pool game.
I think I'm a little too nice, but I'm also very, I'm very, very, very honest. So if I've had men that I am not interested in hit on me, and I will say something like, why don't you sit down and have a drink with me or something like that. We'll sit and we'll chat and stuff. And then they'll say, well, would you be interested in, going out or going out again or something? And I see what the vibe is like. And if the vibe isn't good, that, as I'm talking to them, because it's not all about looks, then I'm just like, okay, this, it's like, okay, well, no, thanks. It would be cool. I would give you my number as a friend or something and whatever, but nothing else.
Stop there.
Yeah.
You said you're going to be honest.
Yeah. With them.
So you're taking the number.
Right.
For one of those, I just want to get laid tonight type deals. I'll save this number. I'll save this number, and then I'll call, like a month later. Hey, Jim Schmitz, what are you doing? Da 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 da.
Yeah. Well, I can't speak for other women because I'm not one of those that goes to the club or the bar and gets a number because I feel like having sex, and next weekend it might be empty and I have a number in my phone.
Exactly.
And I know women like that. When
I know guys like that.
When I Ubered part-time, I got hit on by chicks, guys or women and men all the time that wanted me to come out with them. And some of them would say, well, you're very, very sexy. Can we, is there something that could happen later on? Maybe.
Yeah, they're forward. I don't mind forward.
And I'm like, yeah, well, neither do I. Listen to me. Neither do I. But it's like, I'm just not that type of woman. I usually say I'm not that type of woman that I don't just have casual sex with people because I
Okay,
have
you
health problems.
Why?
You got to have the confidence of a
Yeah.
telemarketer man from India.
Yeah,
The way they
yeah,
talk to women.
basically, yes. Any man, you're gonna get. You know what? Women don't do it, but if I went up to or some random dude and I was interested in talking to him, and there's just as much chance he's gonna turn me down because he's interested in some other chick as it would be if that guy's gonna turn some other guy down.
Now you're comparing apples to oranges.
Not really.
Oh, absolutely.
Well, here I got a quiz for you. Okay, you ready, Amanda?
Mm-hmm. Wait, why do I feel like I'm sideways here? I don't like this. Like,
Okay.
why do I feel like that? But you need to help me.
Amanda, focus, Amanda, focus.
I can't get it.
That's because he's no one.
It's because your camera is not over the center of your screen.
It's weird though. It's like it picks and chooses. It's like it has its own brain.
Focus.
Okay, focus. You ready?
Yes.
Focus.
Spell most.
MOST.
Spell boast.
BOAST.
Spell roast.
ROAST.
Spell toast.
TOAST.
What do you put in a toaster?
A bagel. What has everything seeds on it? A bagel. Everything bagel.
All right. I accept that answer.
Okay.
I accept that answer. I tried that little quiz on my boy last night, and he was like, "A waffle."
So what
And
was
then my other one goes. Then I said, "What do you put in a toaster?" And he's like, "Pop-Tart." You know, it's like, damn.
It didn't go the way. So what was it supposed to be?
Well,
Toast.
most people
You're
say
supposed
toast,
yeah, but you put bread.
but you put bread in a toaster.
But if I would have said toast, how is that funny? Exactly.
Because we all would have laughed at you.
We ought to
We
laugh
would
at
have all
you
laughed.
because you put bread in a toaster to make toast.
Yep.
Oh.
Amanda.
Yeah.
Say and spell hutch.
Hutch. HUTCH.
Clutch.
CLUTCH.
Dutch.
DUTCH.
Butch.
BUTCH.
Why isn't it butch?
Why isn't it much?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's really weird.
Should be.
All right, I got one, but it
welcome to English, people.
It involves you doing things. Are you willing to do it?
Yeah.
You got to stand up and bend over.
Okay.
Wait, I like this one already.
All right.
I'm gonna get
So just right here or
Just bend over. Right
Okay.
there. Perfect. Now spell run.
RUN.
Golly.
I don't get it. I don't get it.
Should
I
I tell
don't
him?
get it.
Go ahead, Jess.
Hey, Amanda,
Mhm.
you're bent over in the doggy position asking someone if they are in
Are
the
you
hole.
But no, I just said run.
You spelled
No, I asked you to spell it.
RUN, as in, are you in yet?
Oh my god. That was so mean. That was so mean. I never have a
It's
problem.
only
Let's go
mean
back.
because you fell for it.
Like,
Yeah,
let's go back and talk about how intimidated I am because you sound so smart when you talk.
Exactly.
Because I typically do, like if I get in a conversation with somebody about something intellectual other than just sex or whatever, then they typically are very shocked at how intelligent I am. And I technically on paper have a high IQ and I'm very book smart. So
that means you know what that means?
She lacks the common sense that most people have.
That means the common sense level is about
Yeah, I pretty much have zero common sense, but I typically admit that. So if I'm with someone,
But that's not your. That's every. But that's.
Yeah.
Listen to me. I have cousins and a brother-in-law. They're like you, highly intelligent, right? And they'll call. But when I say to a 35-year-old man, "Hey, go over there. I need the left-handed fucking hammer really quick."
I can get you tools. I know
You
what
can get me a left-handed.
Yeah,
Do
I
me a
know
favor.
what
Go get me a left-handed hammer, then, will you?
But I don't have one. I don't have one.
Is it because you're right-handed?
Do you have a
No,
pencil on your desk?
Because you're not going to get me on this because there is no left-handed hammer. It's just a hammer.
That a girl.
Yay.
And I can give you
but-
tools.
Girl.
I can give you tools. Yeah.
My
No, but
cousin
there is
didn't
a
know
thing though with people with high intelligence, like Amanda says, highly intelligent people,
Yeah.
their brain works on a different level that they
Yes.
don't understand a lower. It's and it does make them look kind of ignorant sometimes.
Mhm.
Like if you
But if they start talking about stellar fucking shit through the sky and the
Or if you
equations
get me
of this
started on
and
classical
right,
music,
exactly.
If you
Like
get me
if you're
started on orchestral related things, composers, the Romantic period, the Civil War, you name it, things I have interest in,
right.
and I'm all about it. And let's talk. Yeah. World War II history. Oh my
But
God.
what's funny is that you take people that are
Yeah.
like geniuses and sort of like let's say mathematics, right? And like what Ohio was just saying is that their
brain is so focused on that.
right is so focused on the higher, right? And he's right though. He's 100% right. But like you ask a freaking brainiac mathematician to add 1 1/4 and 2 3/4, they can't do it.
Yeah.
But if you ask them to give them the formula to square or give me a formula to whatever, yeah, hang on a second.
yeah, like
they'll write it on a fucking,
what's the square root of 3,472?
right.
Oh,
And they'll have it for you in 2 seconds. And
right.
it's the weirdest. But if you ask them just to do a regular fraction that we all did in 8th grade, you know what I'm saying?
So here, I'll give you.
And that's not. I'm not putting anybody down. I'm just saying it's like me, right? I don't know all the. I'm not a 401k guy. I mean, I have one, but I don't know all the ins and outs of it. I don't. So what do I have to do? I have to go hire somebody to tell me all about it.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying?
In 1977, the Bandit said it best when he was talking to Sally Field. When he said, depending on where you stand in the country, is whether or not it depends on where you're standing at that particular time. When you say something, it depends on what makes you look stupid or not. If you're in the South, you're talking about Brenda Lee or something like that, you're fine. But if you're up in New York talking about her, you're probably going to look stupid because not too many people know who she is.
Yep.
Yeah. Well,
it's just like in the South, you can get away with, even today, you get on the South today, you can get away with saying, hey, we're going to go coon trapping tonight. I'm going to set some traps out. We're going to go kill some coons.
Man, they are going to sow.
You say that up here? You'll get fucking shot.
Mike, I actually brought you up today. Steve was happened to be on speaker, but I brought you up today to this kid who was from, or I said you're in Drake, right?
Yes.
I said you were from, and he had just moved from Worcester or something. Worcester, he said.
Yep.
And so I was talking to him, I was saying about you or whatever, where you were from. And I put a bunch of, Steve will tell you, I put a bunch of very quick thoughts to the kid. And he was snap, 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 totally getting what I was talking about, Greenville. And then if I would have turned around and said those same things to someone from here, I would have either been rude, I would have been that damn Yankee. I would have said it too fast for them to understand. They would have been like, whoa, back up a minute. I don't understand what you said. Can you repeat that? And then I have to slow down my thought process for them because they think I'm a spaz. But that kid from Massachusetts, it was like I was talking to a friend that I've been talking to for 5 years. But the people down here, when I start talking like that, if it wasn't him and if it's somebody from here, they think I'm a spaz. They don't want to talk to me. They don't have nothing to do with me, which is probably why I've made no good female friends here at all. I'm just a little bit too much for them to handle.
Well, there's two things about the South, and I think Jesse will probably be able to back this up for me. There is the slow South and the people that have the draw, and the people that are just a little, they're not slower as far as mentality. They're just slower altogether. Like they just do things. They talk a little slower. They move a little slower because they're not in a hurry because they just live in life. But then you also have in the South people that talk so fast that you can't even understand what the hell they're saying.
Yeah. That's true. My daddy is one of those people that he talks so fast that if you're not like fluent in
Japanese,
that tone, it's going to go right over your head. And thankfully,
when I was working in New Orleans, that whole mosey mentality came to life, and I understood it. The reason everything is slowed down a little bit is because they don't have winter coming, especially in the trades.
Yeah.
Like the bricklayers down there.
You don't have to get a roof on quick.
Yeah.
Walls up quick.
The bricklayers, I was watching the bricklayer, and he had his helper with him who was mixing mud in a trough with a hoe instead of using a mortar mixer to start with. And he was literally handing that brick mason one brick at a time while he was building the wall. And that's the only reason I come up with, because they don't have winter coming.
Yeah, I really don't know, but I can tell you it's getting really, really old as far as feeling comfortable in this area. I don't feel comfortable. I don't feel like I'm welcome. I think that whole Southern hospitality thing has gone to shit. I'm not sure if it's 2021.
Yeah, did you hear that?
I'm not sure if it's 2021. I don't know. I'm not sure if it's.
Bro,
that has a lot to do with it too. I'm telling you, the world has gone to shit in a handbasket. I'm telling you, it has. It's gone to hell in a handbasket. Look, we've always had different cultural ways of doing, like people up here look at me crazy because I'll hunt a squirrel. They're like, you real just fucking people, and they'll look at me. The first words out of their mouth, "What are you, from Tennessee?" No, I born and bred up here. But you're shooting a squirrel. We don't do things like that up here. I do.
Right.
And so you're gonna get those, regional type, but it's dumbness everywhere. It's taking over, and
here, I'll give you guys a perfect example.
Well, for one thing, everybody's afraid to think for themselves. They're so tired of being put down for their thoughts that they want the government to make the next decision so that you won't feel like you're an asshole.
Making right.
I'm actually looking to see if I have the conversation. I was going to read it to you verbatim, but I don't. But basically, what I'm assuming was a Southern person messaging me back and forth for the past 5 days about buying a ladder that I bought to resell. And they've been messaging me back and forth and putting me off and flaking out.
That's Ohio. You didn't tell you that?
For 5 days. And then Mike, today I had enough.
I'll get your number.
I had enough. It was on OfferUp. I had enough.
I'm on
And
OfferUp.
and they said, when do you want to? Where they said where to meet. They finally said when, and they said
Right.
where, and I said I want to meet at Cherrydale at 6:30, and it was like 5 o'clock. So they had plenty of time to answer. Are they gonna meet me at Cherrydale or whatever? And I got no answer. And then I had enough after being strung along by this stupid Southern fuck for the past 5 days that I said like this. Okay, I said, I don't know what the deal is with you. This is what I said. I don't know what the deal is with you. I said, but you have been flaking out on me, asking me to buy this, flaking out on me for the past 5 days. This is what I said and what they read. You've been flaking out on me for the past 5 days. Do you want to buy it or do you not want to buy it? And then I said, people don't have all day to wait for you to possibly message back. It's very inconsiderate.
Right.
Right.
And I said something else. I said, you are blocked and you're going to be reported. I said, you are no longer able to buy from me. I have 108 5-star reviews. You are no longer going to be able to buy anything from me.
And to be clear, we are talking about individuals, not a group of people.
Yeah,
Right. Because I'm going to help you out with something. Stevie just said what he just said, which is 110% correct. And now I'm just going to echo what Stevie just said. Here's how you deal with that, Amanda. You're like this, the suddenness. You can't, don't, yeah.
Well,
I know what you meant.
Well,
I know exactly what you meant.
Yeah, but here's
You were calling an individual dumb
Mike,
southern idiot. Listen,
here's what I got back. Here's what I got back. Well, I am sorry if you think that. I wish I had the conversation. I'm sorry if you think that I'm a 60-year-old person that I'm charged with the care of 2 twins and and every fucking excuse on the planet. So you don't have to block me. You don't have to block me. I won't purchase anything from you. And it's like, listen to me. And then thanks or something like that. It's like, I was like, I was thinking to myself, I don't give a shit what your story is. I don't care where you live. I don't care how much money you have. I don't care if you're married. I don't care if you're single. I don't care if you're gay. I don't care if you're straight. I don't care if you're 60 and I don't care if you're fucking 16. But if you are inconsiderate to someone, it is time that we start calling these people out.
Right.
Everybody's walking all over everybody these days, and I'm fucking tired of it.
That's because we live in a. Yeah. That's because we live in a world now where it's the great. Yeah, it's the great I am. You're in my way. You're. Don't you know that I'm trying to get to my meeting? I'm late for my meeting. People can't let. I don't know about anywhere else in the country, but around Massachusetts, and I wish Craig Dwell was here. He'd back me up on this. People, you let somebody out of a street when you're driving.
They don't say.
Guy behind it gets pissy.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
You're trying to pull out of a street that doesn't have have a light that's going to allow you to pull out. Okay, so you're trying to pull out of a street or pull out of a parking lot. Yeah. And then you might think there's enough room, so you come out, and then the guy knows. The guy or girl knows that you're going to try to pull out. What do?
Speed up.
Speed up so you can't. You know why? Because you can't. People are. You're right. They're ignorant. I mean, but everybody's in a rush.
You can't fix an asshole. Okay, there's people out there. It doesn't matter where you come from. You can't fix stupid, and you can't fix people to stop being assholes. Just look at me. I've been an asshole through and through.
Why can't people just go back to the way it used to be and just be?
How about listen to me? I grew up in small town USA, one Main Street town USA. I'm not saying there weren't assholes in that town too, because there were. But and I agree with Jesse. There's assholes everywhere. But when are we just going to generally be considerate of other people and stop stop making it seem as though the world has to revolve around just us all the time?
It all started in the me generation.
When people stop letting the media manipulate their emotions.
It all started when they started selling lattes and shit like that. You can't get no goddamn flavored coffee anywhere.
Well, that's because people shop their coffee at fucking Starbucks.
Listen, you judgy.
People that get their coffee at Starbucks like this.
You better hold the fuck up. Listen, I would tolerate a whole lot of shit, but you leave my fucking lattes out of this.
What,
Hey, the best
Starbucks?
part, we drive. Amanda wants some coffee, right? So I pull into.
Here we go. Here we go.
No, Amanda
Sorry.
wants some coffee.
She wants some coffee. So we pull into the Starbucks, and they're like, "Welcome to Starbucks. How can I help
Shocker,
you?"
you like Starbucks.
And then Amanda says, "I want a double venti latte, something, something, something."
Ohio.
something,
It was a
something."
blonde flat white. It was a blonde flat white.
Whatever the fuck it was. I never even heard of it. She
With 2
started.
pumps
She's
of vanilla.
yeah, and 2 pumps of this and that.
I
And
love
I'm
you,
like,
baby.
what? And I'm just like, what the fuck did you just say? And I'm like, you know
Hey,
what? Hold
hold
on.
on.
So I just pulled up to the speaker a little bit more and then rolled her window down so she could just tell them exactly what they wanted. Like,
Yeah,
I don't know what
wanted-
the fuck she wants.
You want it's a translation for you, okay? She wanted a mild coffee flavored,
Yeah,
extra tall.
Big
with
glass of
with,
milk.
with 2 pumps of vanilla, like Steve said. Thank you, Steve, for including that. That was very, very sexy and sweet of you to remember. I appreciate that, baby. Blonde flat white with 2 pumps of vanilla. It's a mild flavored. I would say it's mild coffee, but it has a good, nice flavor, a nice, very smooth flavor.
Yeah.
And I add the pumps of it. And Ohio was like, Ohio didn't even fucking try.
You know, baby.
Okay.
Ohio didn't even try.
Hey,
You know,
hey,
baby,
Amanda.
Because in my house where I grew up, there was 2 types of coffee, regular and decaf.
black or with milk.
Maxwell
there wasn't
House.
mine too. There
You
wasn't
know-
mine too.
You
Yeah.
know, baby,
Yes,
other than the flat part, you just described yourself.
Yeah, that is kind of true.
So let me ask you a question, Amanda.
When in the fuck has she ever been mild?
Right, Amanda? Let me ask you
And
a
I want to
question.
know who's doing I want to know who's doing the 2 pumps.
Amanda, let me ask you a question.
When you get her alone, Jesse,
What is?
she mellows right out.
Mm.
Hey, what does Cinderella
Gotcha.
say? What does Cinderella say when she gets to the ball?
You're terrible. You are absolutely terrible.
Listen to me.
Not all Cinderellas, though.
I would in a normal scenario, I would say something so backlashy right now.
Are you
and
sure?
Put Mike in his fucking place.
Are you sure? Really? Would you really? Would you really?
You-
Are you sure? You're absolutely positively sure you do that to me? I don't think you would. I don't think you would. Look, and she's still going on, Stevie. You want to tell her now?
I'm not telling her. You tell her.
Oh, you tell her. Just you tell her.
You're muted.
Amanda, you're muted. He done muted you.
I mean, I can't help that. So
She didn't miss a beat.
okay, now
What?
Okay.
I promise I won't mute you. Go ahead.
Hold on.
I'm only teasing.
That whole
What's
facial
that?
that facial reaction in Southern translation was, "Bless your heart, I'm about to fuck you up, sir."
No, I'll tell you exactly. This is how good I'm getting to know Amanda. I'll tell you
You
exactly.
get one of those, Steve?
She said in general, most guys ain't got enough to make you go when you get to the balls.
yeah, that's true. That's true.
That's what she said.
Whenever you're with somebody who actually who you think stretched your throat out, which happened to me recently, then you know,
Ohio's having a heart attack.
Ohio.
Yeah. You get Stevie turning 4 shades of red. Ohio's like, I can't believe she just fucking said that.
This
He's
was,
giggling like
this was a conversation we had the other night.
they're both giggling like 2 schoolgirls. And I'm sitting here having a conversation with you about the situation without having a problem.
Gotta love this woman.
I like a man to have some power over me because I'm a spitfire, but I like in bed, I like a man to have power over me and to use it. Because
Oh my
it's
God.
I
You
think
writing
I
this
get
down,
it
Steve?
now. Y'all are like the yin and yang. He brings out your calm side, but also
Yes.
puts in that exciting side.
that is so true.
What's this, Dr. fucking Ruth on Sunday nights?
So
Well,
MCK.
take the day. I mean,
MCK, how the hell are you, bro?
when
Good
you
to see
can't, after that happens, when you can't, when it feels like you might not have a throat anymore.
I don't know. I have no idea how that is. Sorry,
Oh.
I'm never going to find out
Yeah.
either. So you're talking.
oh,
You're,
that's
preaching,
right, you're married.
you are definitely not preaching to the choir here, kiddo. You're on your own.
Hey, Flan.
Well, she don't know either.
Flan says she's fallen asleep with all this dick talk.
Well, she'll never know what it's like to like be dominated in the throat by a man.
Maybe that's the whole reason why she's not.
Flan, it might turn you on. Flan, she's never tried it.
But she doesn't bat that way.
You know what? I got a question for Flan. Maybe she can help me figure this out.
Hold
Do you
on.
not know that?
I gotta tell her something. This is not
Stevie,
Baskin
I'll be right
Robbins.
back.
You cannot try 50 flavors of dick and say, "Oh, maybe I just tried the wrong flavor." Some people just don't like ice cream.
Good one, Jesse.
Wait, Poco Loco, if he's referring to me, do I take meds? I do. One of them actually tones down my sexuality. That's unfortunate.
But you know what, though? There has been studies. There has been studies that prove that there's certain foods that diminish a woman's sex drive by over 85%.
Really? Like which ones?
It's called wedding cake.
I always think he's gonna say something average, and then he always surprises me every time.
So wait, here's my question to Flan. Maybe she can help me out. Like if Steve and Amanda were talking and I kept, butting in and stuff, Steve would say, "Dude, quit being a cock blocker." But how does that work with the women? If you're talking to another woman starts getting in there and technically men call it cock blocking. Do you guys call it beaver damming?
No, for serious, Flan, don't ignore his sarcasm. I would like to know the real answer to that. What do you do when someone does that?
That bitch beaver damned me.
Quit beaver damming me, damn it.
Quick clam cramping.
Clam cramping. Nice.
Jesse's another one. I love it. I just don't have one-liners like that. It's like so good. She's never had it happen. You know why? I'm gonna just venture to say that Flan is kind of a controlling lesbian. Flan is probably the controller, and she's like, "Bitch, if you talk to another bitch, I'm not gonna do you no more." Flan, I can see Flan being secretly a little bit controlling or maybe passive aggressive. Am I right, Flan? Flan, be honest. Don't lie about yourself. I'm very honest about myself.
Flan just sweet talks and gets whatever she wants.
I have a friend who is a lesbian and she we are really close good friends, and she calls me her les bro. She's like, "Oh man, don't be fucking with my les bro. He's my les bro." Like, how the fuck did I get that name?
Technically, you're called a beard.
Bye, MCK. MCK only stopped in for 10 seconds. Stay a little longer there, pally pal. Next time. Sheesh.
Go back to work. That sucks. Have a good one, MCK. I think you made Mike piss himself.
Did something happen, Mike? Are you okay?
His wife heard him talking about all that dick. So much dick talk going on.
Oh, he's working. He's just working. He just said hello. Well, I just got off work kind of late too, so I understand. And I used to work overnight, so I definitely understand. I hope you have a good rest of the night, MCK.
You know, nobody I know works harder than me on the night shift.
No, it's ridiculous how little you do. It's just, I used to bust my ass on overnights most of my life.
You're just jelly.
I am kind of jelly, yeah. I mean, I am like legit jelly to a degree.
Now, who just got to sit in a nice quiet parking lot the other night? And got
That's true. For 22. Oh, I actually, what if I told you for an hour and a half last week, I did absolutely nothing and got paid $22.50.
That's sweet. Shit, back in the day, I used to do the Sunday night shenanigans from work when I worked at the refinery.
Right.
I was getting paid to do YouTube chats.
No shit. I don't need to be monetized.
What is that, Jesse? What does that mean? I'm a full jar of jelly. What does that mean? I don't get it.
I'm a full jar of jelly. That sounds pretty
The
pretty voluptuous
jealousy
there.
was right at the top of the rim, boo.
Oh.
The
Oh.
jealousy was at the top of the rim.
Yeah, like it is. Like I've always like busted my ass at the jobs I've worked. Until recently, I've never had any job where I was just getting paid to really not do a whole lot.
Well, if it makes you any happier, I busted my ass today. That's for sure.
You need one of them executive type jobs.
And what he meant was that he fell on his ass.
No, I worked my other job. I worked my other job today, and we were busy as hell.
Well,
Yeah, there was
the good news is that you got a vacation coming up. That's the good news.
That's right.
You all right?
I'm back.
You all right?
Oh, yeah, I had a, and you know,
He'd take a shit.
no, I had to take a whiz, but then I had to get a towel, and then you know, after I washed my hands and everything, and that fucking water's cold and deep. Let me tell you.
What was you doing with your hands in the toilet?
There's no slack up in this joint.
Thanks,
If
Peter.
it's Coco Loco. Thank you, Susie. Thank you, Susie. I appreciate that, Susie.
I wear my glasses on the tip of my nose, basically, when I'm just because I only need them to like read, or you know. And then
that's what these are.
I went to
Jesus.
go take a piss. I went to go take a piss the other day, and I was pissing, and I was looking down at like there was like a dust bunny or something in the corner. I'm like, oh shit, we got to get that cleaned up. And then I turned my head, and my glasses like slipped off my face, and I like literally like touched them like volleyball like 37 times before they fell on the floor. I was so lucky they didn't go to the toilet.
Just block it. I thought you were going to say you looked down at the Johnson with your reading glasses and you were quite impressed.
Oh yes, that does help.
No, magnifying glasses, not
Right.
That's why I wear my glasses all the time now.
Hey, Ohio, are you going to come after school? Are you going to come after school so I can tutor you with math? I'm going to come after school. I'll tutor you.
Somebody get the defibrillator. Ohio just had a heart attack.
I'll tutor you on that math you struggled with this week, Ohio.
Hot teacher.
Okay.
How did David Lee Roth say it? I got it bad, so
Got it bad,
I'm
I'm hot for teacher. I got my pencil. Give me something to write on. I don't feel tardy.
All right, Jess, no problem.
What happened to Jess?
She had to drop out because
Bye, honey. When I download Snapchat, I'll call you or text you.
the hubby's sleeping, and she's got like 9% left on her thing.
All right, darling. Have a great night.
He's getting up early. He's gonna get up at 4.
Oh yeah.
Sweet dreams.
Damn.
She needs to buy
Loco had that happen with a pistol. He dropped a pistol in there after taking a deuce.
Hey.
Oh.
That's when if you take a douche and drop a pistol in there, you got to get the old rubber glove.
Yeah.
Get it out of there.
You know what? I'm sorry.
In
If I
clean
drop my
water,
fist in the toilet,
in clean water, just stick your hand. It's clean water.
if I don't care if it's clean water or dirty water. I drop my pistol in there. I'm grabbing it. You can always
Damn
wash
straight.
it.
Mhm.
Get the toothbrush out and some nice soapy water, you'd be all right.
Yeah.
Might want to change them bullets out though. Just saying.
Well, usually when you're in somebody else's bathroom, they got a bunch of toothbrushes to pick from, so you can scrub
Yep.
that shit with any toothbrush.
Hell yeah. Emergency is an emergency, damn it. You can tell them later, like 2 days.
Or never.
You know, Jesse needs to pick her up one of them special chargers where you can unplug it from the wall and go put it in a different plug in a different room.
Or a booster. Hello, Guns Girl. Where you been? Where's your boyfriend, Guns Girl? I didn't see him tonight.
Yeah.
Hey, Guns Girl.
Oh my god, I am so freaking tired, guys. Whew.
You know what? I haven't seen him in a while. What the fuck?
He was in the chat a couple weeks ago.
Was he?
Yeah.
People.
I woke up at like 4 today or something. I just slept forever.
Which
And
one?
I hate when people ask me, what did you do today? Like, buddy, listen, I woke up at noon. And then it was like 5, okay? I don't know.
Woke up at noon. Don't you have a child?
There's
woke up and then
cartoons
it
and
was like
cereal,
4.
damn it.
You know what I love now? Now that my kids are teenagers, well, my girls are teenagers. My son's 23, so he's been for a long time. But
Your son's 23, so he still is got to raise him like he's 8, right?
not sometimes.
Wash your face.
But because I'll sleep late, right? But years ago, when the girls were little and Jonathan was little, like when it was even before the girls, it was just the 2 boys. 7 o'clock every fucking Saturday morning, Sunday morning.
Yeah, that's the worst when they're little.
And I can remember when I just, not when I just moved in with Gina, but I was with Gina for a while, for I don't know, maybe 8 months or so. And Jonathan, he's the one that's 23 now. He comes in. She's at work, right? She was working overnight, and he comes in and wakes me up. I'm like, buddy, what's the matter? He's, well, I gotta go to the bathroom. I said, okay. I roll back over. He wakes me up, shaking me again. I go, but what's the matter? He says, but I gotta go to the bathroom. I says, so do you know where it is? He says, yeah, it's downstairs. I said, then go downstairs and go to the bathroom. And I didn't get the gist on what he was trying to tell me. Like he wanted me to go with him. And then his brother's like, me too. I said, go with your brother. He'll take you. So Gina gets home in the morning and she's like, she goes, he's 5. You didn't like it downstairs. What am I go? What was I supposed to? She goes, you're gonna have to stop thinking. You have to stop using the bachelor mode and think kid mode. I go, hey, I got 8 million nieces and nephews. I didn't take them unless we were at a public bathroom or we're out in public somewhere. I didn't take them to. Well, my mother's. You go to your bathroom by yourself.
Yeah.
She goes, yeah, but it's at night. You gotta. I'm like, all right.
Well, I would say I was a couple, maybe I think out of my whole life, I was only a housewife for like maybe 2 years or something for my whole life. The rest of the time I was working. And I worked overnights half my life. And then I worked early split shifts the rest of my life. And I just became like an overnight, my body time clock became like an overnight person. And so like when the kids were little, so my kids are 11 years apart. So I feel like I had to do it twice. And when I was 11 years older than the first time, it was harder. But you have to get up with them early like that. And then I had to work early splits. And so I was up early. And I did what I had to do, but I always hated getting up early like that. And so now that I don't have to, it's like my body's going back to that weird time clock that it prefers, which is like these hours. I'm literally wide awake right now. I'm not getting tired. I'm going to be wide awake until 5 a.m. because I'm just on this weird time clock.
Which means I'll probably be wide awake until 5
Right.
And it's the weirdest thing in the world. And I think it's because I always, like when I worked for Verizon, the early splits were, and you guys are going to be like, how the hell did you do that? 7 a.m. until 11 a.m.
We go home and come back at
I would go
fucking
home.
6.
Yeah, I would go home and then I'd come.
Stupidest fucking shifts in the world.
It is. And then I would go back in sometimes at either 6 or 7 and work for 4 more hours.
It's the dumbest. I don't know why.
Yeah.
Because it's like,
for years, I did that for years.
you can't have a beer. You can't. I would have been screwed because I'd be like, I'd want to drink, and it's like.
Well, I'm going to tell you that because Juliana was little at the time, I think it worked. And then what happened was I had a nanny. Juliana had a nanny in California, and the nanny. Thank God for the nanny, because the nanny would show up when I was fucking half asleep sometimes, and I'd be like, you know what, Colleen, I'm making coffee and going to work. I'll pay you, and I'll pay you later on. I was my hair sticking up everywhere, rushing out the door. Colleen would take care of Jules, because I just couldn't. I couldn't do it. I couldn't do it. It's that I was like 30 something at that point. Just couldn't. I was older. I couldn't do it. And so but she loved Jules, so she would. And she was a morning person and had always been. So she would come over and be like, oh, hi, Julian. She was one of those people that wakes up at 6 a.m. and is like, oh, it's just such a lovely day. And so she'd come in and I'd be like, I'm fucking late. And she'd be like, well, Amanda, I hope you have a great day. It was one of those, right? And I'd be like, fuck, but then after, when I got back on that first half of my split, I would give her the money and be like, I'm really sorry if I was bitchy this morning, which was almost every morning. Okay.
Yeah, that's what Steve was saying.
Yeah. It's like, I'm not a morning person. I hate the mornings. And guess what? I'm going to have to be. Is that some kind of inside joke that just happened? Because
I didn't hear it, honestly. I just wanted to be courteous.
Oh, I said that's what Stevie was telling us. That you're really not a morning person.
No, I'm the worst.
Oh yeah, he called me one night. And he's like, Mike, she's thought of fuck shit. Oh, you should have heard him. He was all over your shit.
Yeah, it's the worst.
He would tell me how bad you are, and
I have to travel across country. I have to leave on the 30th. I'm traveling across country 4 days, Mike. I'm gonna have to get up early so I can drive. I can't drive all night long. I mean, I could, but I don't really want to. So
we're not going to
drive. Listen. Driving at night isn't what it used to be, because all the infrastructure construction that's going on, they're doing more at night than they are during the day, I think.
Yeah.
And so you're not making any time driving at late at night anymore.
Right, exactly.
Other than a little bit lower traffic.
Yeah. I mean, the volume's less, but like you come through the city of Boston, there's times when the tunnel's closed.
Mm-hmm.
There's signs miles prior to that. Don't almost understand me. It'll say, tunnels closing from, 2 a.m. to 5 a.m. on this date.
Yeah.
You go around. You go around, get off, whatever, get out 1A and come up through the other. But it is what it is, you can't.
Well, that's the way it was for the longest time here. They were working on this I guess you would call it an interchange on the highway it was meant to relieve the busiest road in Greenville. Well, it didn't do that. It didn't accomplish its goal, and it took them like 6 years to build it. And they only did work at night, and they would always have at least one of the exits closed at night, and you never really knew which one it was. They never updated it. So it was always a crapshoot when you left to go on the 385. Which one was going to be closed. And if you had to go around, it was an extra half hour any way you look at it.
And this is why I like driving in the state of Maine. You know why?
Because there's nothing there.
You drive Interstate 95, which is the same one that goes right down through your place. Okay. And even driving through Portland, which is the most populated city that they have there. Okay, at all rush hour times, you name one, 70 miles an hour the whole way.
It's crazy.
And it's a 2-lane highway. From Scarborough north, it's a 2-lane highway. Route 95. It's not a 3 or 4-lane highway.
That's the
From
only
Scarborough south, it's 3 lanes.
Yeah. That's one of the only places in the country I haven't been. Been all over. Just I haven't been up there.
The Northeast is beautiful.
It would be
I like the
great.
Northeast.
It would be great to take us my next. You know what? I'm going to make that my goal. The next side trip that I take after this one, going across country, coming back, my next side trip is going to be up there. I've got to see it up there. So
Yeah, the Northeast
you
is.
should try it. You should try it in the fall.
Yeah, it's
oh my God. Well, I've been to New England. I've been to New England and all around New England. I just have not been. I've seen the most. I mean, like Cape Cod was one of the most beautiful areas in this country I've ever seen.
Hey,
But I haven't been to Maine, so I do want to get up that way, and I do want to see it up there.
hey, I'd like to take a minute, since we're all not going to be together again, all us friends till Friday, and then it's too late. Happy birthday, Amanda, on the 24th.
Oh, thank you, baby.
Oh, happy birthday, young lady.
Thank you. I just totally forgot I even had a birthday this week. But yeah, I'll be 44.
Right on, Flan.
Unfortunately.
Whoa.
Hey, Flan, do you have your passport? You need to come across the border when we come up that way. And you need to meet us when we meet
She's the other way. She's above you.
Oh.
I mean, she's above Stevie.
Oh, gotcha. That's right.
She's the other way. Montreal's this way. Montreal and Quebec is this way towards me, above Maine. New Hampshire.
I'm guessing I don't own any adult toys. I've never owned any adult toys. I got one for me or whatever.
Careful, you can get copyright infringement on that song.
Happy birthday.
Who was doing that, here or Ohio?
Yeah.
Nice.
Here.
That was a kazoo.
That's awesome.
But yeah, no, New England is.
Thank you guys. I appreciate it.
New England's beautiful.
I can't believe I'm turning 44. Do you ever just have those birthday? I am the person that when it's my birthday, I'm just like my Italian grandmother was. Every time she had a birthday, I don't want to talk about that. Yeah, I don't want to talk about that.
Switch? You
What
want
are
to switch?
you bitching about? You're just having a birthday. I got to go find some younger babe.
No shit. Hey, listen.
Freaking 44.
I used to tell people when my wife turns 50, I'm going to trade her in for 2 25s.
That's awesome.
No, you can keep that shit. When my wife turns, I don't care. Man, I don't care. If something happens to my wife, I ain't doing nothing. Never again. Never.
Neither am I. I already told my wife that. She goes, "Really? You do?" I says, "Oh, no." She goes, "Yeah, but who's gonna?" I says, "Do you think I can't? Just trust me."
Yeah, but I think everybody thinks that. There was a neighbor that I lived next to when we were younger, and they had a real loving marriage relationship, whatever. I've never really had that. I've never had that, but they did. And when he passed away, she was one of those that said, I'll never love anybody like him. I don't want to be with anybody else. I'm just going to be a widow, da, da, da. And then after she unexpectedly met somebody, fell in love with that guy. And then I remember asking her later, I said, you said you were never going to be with anybody else. And she said, she said, being with Mark was like the best 30 years of my life. And I know that I loved him more than anything. And he would want me to love that same way again if I could. And she's like, and I think that he would be happy for me. And so then she continued on in that relationship and was happy.
Right.
I think if something happened, I would never get married again, but I think that I could have a companion, and it doesn't have to be sexual or anything like that.
Exactly.
Hang on.
Right. Well,
You just,
you're the age now where it's not going to get social.
yeah. Well, I'm gonna tell you right now. I just think that I used to be like that too, thinking, well, if I find the love of my life and they die, am I going to be? What if well, what is it going to be if
Yeah,
they
no,
die? What if I die before them? What if I die? And are they?
I already told. I'm not doing it again.
I just feel like
Listen, I did it late in life to begin with.
Well, here, a lot.
I didn't get married till I was. You got to remember, I didn't get married till I was 37, and that's my first marriage. I didn't get married till I was 37 years old.
Yeah. Well, hear me out though.
You know,
a lot of women are like, the thought of their husband that they love so much being with another woman when they're dead, it really, really makes them emotional. I had a couple friends like that. And I used to be too. And then I started thinking about it and I'm like, that is so unfair to think like that. That is so selfish to think like that.
You kidding? My buddy's, a friend of ours lost his wife from cancer. And right before, not right before, but before she got too sick to speak, she's trying to find him a wife. She says, "Don't you dare go alone. Don't be alone." She says, "That's just stupid."
Right.
But I'm not. I'm with Ohio. I can probably say I'll never get married again. But I'm with Ohio. I'll probably have I'd probably have a companion or whatever. But I wouldn't. No, just. And I don't mean to be mean or selfish or anything like that. It's gonna come out that way. But oh well.
No, I don't think so.
There's too many things.
Yeah.
Yeah, my
there's
grandma.
Too many things that I want to do.
Yeah.
And that, like, they're not bucket list things, but it's just
some people just don't. Some people can't. And this is not against Steve. Steve is actually a man who's happy. He's okay to be alone. And that baffles my mind, to be honest, because I am a person that I've lived alone. I've been single and I didn't have a problem with it. I just like to have companionship. Does it have to be a marriage? No. But companionship, that's why we were put here. We weren't put here to live on a desert island. You know what I mean?
Yeah, companionship's awesome. But,
but it's not supposed to be, we kind of have that herd mentality that sort of, I'm not saying it's always a thing, but
I want a companion, not a boss or another mother.
No, and I don't think that. Listen to me. I don't think it's selfish at all. Because I would be the same way.
So, because my wife, and I don't make fun of her for it, right? She let me tell you something. I could drop a pillowcase full of $100 bills on her lap. Say, "Come on, let's go ice fishing." She won't go ice fishing.
Right.
I can drop the same pillowcase full of $100 bills and say, "Come on, let's go hunting." She won't go hunting. Or
and she can drop that same pillowcase and say, "Let's go antiquing," and you'd be like, "Fuck that."
Mm-hmm.
Pretty much, but I'll go because then I get the, you know what I mean.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, real quick, guys, I'm sorry, I can't do it anymore. I am falling asleep.
You're losing it over there, huh?
Baby.
I'm sorry, Ohio. I'm gonna see you soon.
You will. Yeah, no, it's just that I got up early this morning and worked all day, and then I'm so used to working third shift, it just like I am beat.
He's exhausted. Yeah.
Oh, that's a normal time you go to sleep on your third shift.
This is when I take my nap right after I get done talking to you guys.
Early, when he goes out to get the donuts.
I'll see you guys later.
You, brother. Ciao.
Have a good night.
Bye, Steve. See ya.
Have a good one.
There it is.
Is your Rick? How you doing? I never get Rick. I never see Rick anymore. I don't know. Do you still put out videos, Rick?
Yeah, of course he does.
He's live streaming all the damn time.
I actually, YouTube did one of those things where they knocked me off. Where
go to his page and see if the bell's lit up. Hey,
Rick, if Rick is hearing me, he's got to be like reloading like crazy and loving this shit, right? It wasn't hurting the reloaders whenever we don't have ammo.
Right.
Out there, it was like they were jumping.
Yeah, well, the problem is the other problem is it's not just ammo now. right? So
Yeah.
because now everybody's reloading. So guess what? You don't have now.
Primers and gunpowder.
You can't find primers anywhere.
Even bullet heads are hard to find.
Steve just got some primer, didn't you? A couple weeks ago, but I don't
No,
know.
I got lucky and got a bunch of bullets.
I got 2 packages of primers, and because I only use it for the muzzleloader, so
Yeah.
I'm not, you know.
So they're even having a hard time finding the 209 primers now.
I was at fucking Bass Pro the other day, Steve. None of them. You can't get the 209 primers.
Wow. Every time I checked my Bass Pro, they didn't have any regular reloading primers, but they always had the 209s there.
Oh, they didn't even have the 209s. I was shocked.
You just have
Poker,
in
you need
smaller
reloading?
in smaller cities like this, you can't find anything because there's only like one academy, one Bass Pro, and there's no Cabela's here. So you can't find anything.
Right, but here's where you got to go, in my opinion. It's just my opinion. The little hole in the wall fucking gun store that everybody drives by, it doesn't go in.
Yeah.
Those are the fucking places that'll have the weird shit that you need.
Yep.
Right.
Unfortunately, a brand new gun shop opened up by me. I went in there looking around because I didn't know it was open. Went in there for about a good hour and a half looking at all their stuff. They actually had 1,000 primers. They had $150 price tag on it. Normally,
yeah, that's the fucking gouging.
Normally it's $50 for 1,000.
There's a lot of that going on. There's a lot of that going on with car parts. Take, for instance, today, I changed my oil. Hole in the walls are completely out of everything.
Yeah,
I know.
That way here. Yeah.
Everybody caught on to it.
I had to change my windshield washer fluid reservoir today. I've been waiting to do it all winter. So today was nice. So me and the guy upstairs, Sean, did it. And anywho, I bought I wanted to do it today, and it's the only reason why I did it. But I bought an $80 part that the same exact thing on Amazon was $31 and change.
Wow.
So I said to the guy, I go, that's fucking wrong, bro.
Mm-hmm.
He goes, what? And I showed him on my phone. I goes, I know you don't set the prices. Don't misunderstand me. Right? Because it's advanced auto parts.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, I know you don't set the prices. I get it. I'm not saying this is your fault, but it's just wrong.
Mm-hmm.
I go, and it's not just you people doing it. Everybody's price gouging, and it's fucking wrong. There's people out of work, people just getting by, and all that. And so they still want to, they're not going to take their car to a fucking mechanic. They want to save money. They come here and they're getting raped.
Yeah.
And it's the same thing with the guns, right? Same thing with the primers and everything like that. Like Stevie just said, it's wrong. It's just, and you don't have to do it because I guarantee you, right, that gun store, wherever Stevie went, that particular gun store, I guarantee you his cost was nowhere near what the fuck he was selling that for.
Mm-hmm.
I guarantee it.
I will say, like talking about what Poco Loco was saying, a lot of people that did get stimulus money, me being one of them, a lot of my money's going to just paying off medical bills, or you could be credit cards or whatever.
I got my, speaking of which, did you get yours yet?
Yeah.
I got mine. I got mine this past Tuesday.
Yeah.
Yeah. Mine was direct deposit.
Yeah.
Yeah, mine too.
Yeah, same. So
thank God for having 3 kids. I'll tell you that.
I know. I'm sure that
three kids, me and the wife.
Yeah, that was, and it was, and honestly, it was meant to help. It was really, truly meant to help families like
the
you.
The problem is though,
that was good.
Yeah, but you know what the backlash is though.
Yeah,
my second and third great grandchildren be paying for it.
Yeah, terrible. I feel so bad for Juliana. Like, I'm gonna have to tell Juliana, you're gonna have to be like a doctor or something, because that's the only way you're gonna be able to afford to fucking live.
Because there's no more.
They're going to start taxing these kids 30-40% of their paycheck to pay off all that bad fucking debt.
There's no more middle class. You either have it or you don't.
Yeah, it's a shame. A lot of my money just went to medical bills, but I would say that if I didn't have the medical bills, I would probably invest the money that I just got. You know, I know that they were saying
Well, that's what I did.
Warren Buffett came out and said that he had suggestions on how to, if you were smart, what you would do with that $1,400. I didn't read it, but I'm sure there's a lot of good things you could do with it right about now.
Oh yeah, no, I did the same thing. I didn't pay. Actually, I paid 2 medical bills. You want to hear something stupid? So remember when I had my leg done, I had them take that varicose vein out. For whatever reason, my insurance didn't cover what I thought they were going to cover, whatever. And I got this bill for the vein down. I'm like, honey, I thought that was supposed to be insurance. So I sent it to the insurance company. They sent it back to me. I'm like, what the fuck? So anywho, the wife goes to pay that. You can't pay it with a credit card or a debit card. It has to be a check.
Wow.
I'm like, that makes no sense.
Yeah.
That you can't go online. There's no online. There's no nothing.
I had one, Mike. I had one medical bill last year like that, and I had to send in a paper check, which I was surprised I even still had a paper check. I only had like 2 or 3 left or something.
You had to look in all your drawers.
Yeah, I was like, I don't even. But I had to say. But I was gonna say, where it gets me, and as far as, and I know people say it's bad all around, but I think a lot of the medical benefit plans are. It matters in what state you live, okay? And in this state, none of them are good. They're very high deductible, and I pay a lot of money. Well, I will say what gets me the most is not that big bill that comes in necessarily from the hospital or whatever. It's all those little bills that come in, 275, 300, because the doctors here start charging their own fees at hospitals when you see them. Like this,
Right.
and then anesthesiologists will charge their own fees. So I'll get like a whole bunch of separate bills for all of them. And then next thing you know, I'm in the fucking hole, you know, because I mean, I'm not defaulting on any of these, but it's crazy how much they charge. And then, you know, they want to put it on payment plans. And then next thing you know, you got fucking 10 payments going out.
When my oldest son was in the hospital, he was in ICU. I got a message or whatever on the phone. They wanted me to go downstairs to they have a what do you call it, right in the hospital, to pay the bills and shit. I got down there. I said, hi, Mike Delucia, blah, 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 blah. And I says, well, what's going on? And they're like, well, you know, we just need you to know that we need X amount, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, you out of your fucking mind? I go, what's my insurance paying? Well, your insurance is picked up, you know, pretty much a lot of it. I said, what do I owe? I almost threw up on what I owed. And I'm like, are you kidding me? So I go, well, I'll look you right in your face. So I might as well just take him home, and he can rest it. He can go to rest at home. I says, because this is not.
It's ridiculous. Yeah.
I go, you shitting me, dude?
Outlandish. Yeah.
And I goes, I don't know how these fucking people sleep at night. I really don't.
Yeah. You know, when I had my first surgery, I couldn't believe it was like $8,000 or $9,000 a day for me to stay in that hospital. So I actually told it was like my 3rd day, and I was like, listen to me, I don't want to stay another day because it's going to be $8,000, $9,000, $10,000. I just want to go home. I just want to go home. You know, it was a couple years ago, 2 years ago, when I had the first surgery on my third. I've had 5 total surgeries, but that was like my 3rd surgery and the first one due to my disease or whatever. And I will purposely try to go home early because I know they're going to overcharge me for just laying there, basically, you know, laying there suffering and pain or whatever.
30 years ago when I broke my neck. Now this is 1991. All right. I got a hold of the full bill. I had Aetna insurance at the time, and I was working for Service Merchandise at the time. They paid everything except for $6,000. Right? You know what the total bill was in 1991 for 2 broken vertebrae and 7 days in ICU and
Oof.
13
Can I-
days,
can I guess?
13,
Can I
13-day hospital stays, 7 days in ICU.
Can I guess?
Yeah.
In the mid 90s,
91.
probably I'm gonna say $125,000.
Keep going.
Oh my God. Makes me wanna throw up thinking about it.
191,400 and change
Gosh. Oh
is
my
what the
goodness.
bill came to.
That just it made me sick.
And that was in 91. So can you imagine what that bill would be today?
Well, I can tell you that I was in the hospital for 2 days. So 8 months ago, I was in the hospital. Steve, what, 2 days? And that was a $24,000 bill.
Hey, buddy, like, yeah, no, it's, and then, and this isn't,
For 2 days.
and you know what's funny is this isn't a private room, right? I had a roommate.
Yeah.
Yeah. This isn't, and I'm like,
Yep. Same for
I
me.
go to visit my mom. My mom was in hospital last year, I think it was. And I go, how come you don't have a TV? She goes, oh, my insurance. I says, how much is a goddamn TV a day, Ma? What seriously, what is it, $4 a day, $5 a day?
Mm.
She goes, oh, no, it's way more money than that. I go, what? So I go out to the thing and I says to the lady, is it do me a favor? She goes, what is this? Turn the power on to the fucking television. I go, here. And I give the lady my credit card. Well, we can't do it here. You have to go downstairs. Blah, 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 blah. So I go downstairs. I go, here, put the TV on in room, whatever the hell room, whatever it was. And I gave her my credit card. I go, charge that credit card for that.
Mm.
And I'm like, but it was an astronomical amount of money. Turn the fucking TV on. And I'm like, what the fuck?
That's fucking crazy. And it doesn't surprise me. And Buddy Light made a
he did.
He made a good side point that I'll say this. I still have a student loan. I'm just saying this for a reason. I still have $6,000 I'm paying in student loans from 20 something years ago. And it has a very low fixed rate of 4.2%. But I am like one of many people who took out school loans or had them bought off by another company like Fannie Mae, where they buy your loan and then you with a super low interest rate and you pay them instead. If Biden and his people, if they forgive that $50,000 to $100,000 of student debt, you're taking all those doctors who are making $500,000 a year that still have all these loans under the federal government, and they're going to wipe them out. But someone like me who has a loan with a private company, I'm not going to have the rest of my $6,000 forgiven that I've been paying on this motherfucker for the past 20. I don't even work in the music field anymore. You guys know I don't make any major money playing violin anymore like I used to. And so I'm paying for this degree. I'm paying this school. I'm still paying for something I don't even do anymore. So they're going to forgive these loans for people and then leave people like me out to dry. Tell me that's not fucked up.
Well, yeah. I mean, that's that. Look at the COVID, right?
Yeah.
So obviously way prior to COVID, Obama bails out all the fucking car companies. Granted, I get it. I'm not an idiot. The car companies, those are the big dogs of the world, and blah 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 blah. Fine.
Except for Ford.
Right.
They didn't take it.
Now here's the thing. This is why I get not mad, but this is why I don't agree with people when they go on Facebook or any other social media and they say hashtag we're all in this together. No, we're not. Yes, we all have to live with the whatever of COVID-19. Yes, we all have to live that way. Yes, we all have to wear masks. I get all that. We all get all that. But here's where it's different. I only lost my job for 3 weeks. I had another one to fall back on. My wife has a full-time and a part-time. She didn't lose either one because she's a teacher and a nurse.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I was literally not affected. Zero. Not affected by COVID-19, by being out for 3 weeks. People legitimately lost their jobs.
And their businesses.
their
Yep.
livelihood, lost the business that they have for 30-something, 40-something, 50-something years, be it a restaurant, be it whatever, we're not in it together.
Yeah, that's true.
Because they didn't sell it. They just left.
Mm-hmm.
It's not like they sold it, made some money, put a little nest egg. They just see you later, bye.
Mm-hmm.
They couldn't come up with the tax money anymore, especially
Yep.
if you're in the city of Boston.
Yeah, I can't even imagine that.
There was a bar in the city of Boston. All right, it was across from the fucking garden. All right, and you go in there before games, after games, the whole blah 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 blah. And it was the longest bar in the city of Boston. Actually, I think it was the longest bar in the Northeast, but that's not what do you call it? Proven yet. Anywho, they've been there. Shit, I can remember being. They had it. I was probably 11, 12 years old. I know they were there. All right, so they're in business over 40 years. They're no longer in business.
Wow.
How are we in it together if there's people like that losing their shit?
Yeah, but
Well,
that happened. Yeah, go ahead.
What I just found out is some of these big giant companies that laid a bunch of people off, the companies got big money from the government because they laid people off because of COVID. But they weren't helping out the small businesses.
Right.
Yeah, and actually, I think the restaurant industry was hit the most. I can tell you that I know of at least 10 pretty decent restaurants in this area that are permanently shut down. 2 of them less than 5 miles from where I live. And the other thing is, in Brooklyn, there was a Greek restaurant where the owner's husband, right shortly after, I guess, COVID started or whatever, he died of some heart-related problems unrelated to COVID, I believe. And so she was left with just her sons, and then COVID hit, and trying to run that restaurant in Brooklyn, some famous restaurant in Brooklyn, and as far as I know, it went under. You know, but had been there 35.
It wasn't Sophia's, was it?
It might have been like 30,
was it East
35
Brooklyn?
years.
Or was it Brooklyn?
I don't know, but I know that she was left without her husband, and she had sons to take care of. And as far as I think they might have started a GoFundMe, but the point is the restaurants, like businesses like that, shouldn't have to have a GoFundMe started for them.
Right.
There should have been assistance available.
Yeah.
To them. And so
here's the other thing that pisses me off. When I was by the way, I don't work at FedEx anymore, you guys. Here's the other thing that pisses me off, right? When I was at FedEx, we had 4 or 5 guys. They were out. They didn't have it. They didn't have COVID, but they were exposed. You know, their wives had it, kid had it. You know what I mean? So they had a quarantine. Their companies, not FedEx, they're full-time companies. Okay, they didn't have to take any of their personal time, a sick day, vacation day, or anything. Being out for 2 weeks.
And they were paid, right?
And they were paid by the state of Massachusetts. You ready? Guy I work with got it. Legitimately had COVID. He was out a month. And he used all his fucking, because he's been there 28 years. He used his 3 weeks vacation. He used all his sick time. And his birthday day, his free day, birthday day off, whatever the fuck you call it. And I'm like, why? Why did you do that? I go, you should have called the state. He goes, what do you mean call the state? And I told him, I said, I know, at least unless it's something to do with the size of the company or whatever, I don't know. I said, but you can ask. I go, these guys never use not 1 fucking hour of fucking sick time and vacation time. So I go to the office and I says, why aren't you telling him this? Well, Mike, you know, I go, no. I says, I'm going to look in the eyeball. I'm going to tell you something. If I get exposed or if I have to be quarantined, I'm telling you, as sure as I know my name, I am not using a sick day or a personal day, and you're going to pay me 80 hours. You're going to pay me 40 1 week and 40 the other week. Trust me when I tell you this. Well, you know, but why do you have to fight? You shouldn't have to
I
fight.
know.
It should be.
Yeah.
Now these guys said their company took care of them. They didn't do a thing. They didn't even call the state. The companies took care of it.
Yeah.
But why?
Yeah, it's crazy.
Hey, buddy, like
there are a few major Fortune 500 companies out there who are paying their employees when they're quarantined or got COVID. They're just paying them, but they're not, believe it or not, not that many. It's only a handful of those Fortune 500. I believe Amazon is one of them that pays the employees if they have COVID or if they're in quarantine for COVID. But they're one of very few. And I'm not saying they're good or anything, because trust me, they're not. But I think that if I got it, I think they'd pay me, as far as I know. But I mean, the point is that so many companies are not doing that, and it's terrible. And you have that, and you have the federal government. Okay, this time around, they helped middle class people to an extent. If you have more kids, the more help you got.
yeah.
But it's not enough.
That money is so few and far between. I mean,
Yeah.
it ain't going to help nobody do shit.
No, all it's
I'm
helping
with
me
you,
do is
buddy,
pay
like-
some medical bills. Yeah, it's all that's, you know.
Buddy Light says he hasn't been out to eat since the crap started. No, and my wife won't go out either. I hear you.
I've been out a couple times.
I haven't been out to dinner, but
I've been out a couple times to a restaurant, but not nowhere near. I used to make a habit of going to certain places to see certain waitresses with
yeah. But now the wait's so long, though, Amanda.
yeah,
Yeah.
Because you
yeah,
can only have X amount of people
Yeah.
in there.
yeah.
But everybody wants to go out to be normal,
Yeah,
right?
right.
So you want to go out to be normal, or like you just said, see your favorite waitress or whatever, but whatever.
Yeah,
But you're not gonna eat until fucking 10 o'clock.
yeah, it's true. Like I can tell you, Olive Garden's right down the street from me, and they're busy again and everything. But you have to wait about. It's like it feels like 2 hours to where you just say screw it. You know, it's even a hassle to pick up food because it's so busy in there.
A lot
Good
of
night, Susie. Thanks for coming home.
You
A
know,
lot of the fast food restaurants, I think, are taking advantage of it. I pulled into Wendy's last night to grab chicken nut, or the other night to grab something on the way home. I pulled in, and a car ahead of me was just sitting there, and I was sitting in front of the microphone, and the guy gets on the chat box and says, you're going to have to wait a few minutes. We're switching out the register drawers. I bet you I waited there 15 minutes.
Really?
To switch out a register drawer.
It ain't
And
that
Wow.
long to try to
then I
register.
made my order and then waited at the window another 10 or 15 minutes. And I wouldn't give him my money until I seen my food sitting there. So I had the option to pull off when I got that pissed.
Yep.
But I was blocked in both ends, so I had to wait it out. It's
Buddy
like,
Light says,
yes, I have heard about that, and I'm not getting payment for that, buddy.
hang on. Buddy Light says, anyone hear about Amazon getting caught for keeping people's tips?
Yes, they have to pay. The FTC has to pay, I believe, 63 or is it going to make Amazon pay $63 million because what Amazon, I'll explain. I work for them, so I'll explain it to you. So what they did, because they didn't put this out in the media, but I can tell you exactly what they did. So Amazon Flex is a program that is like, yes, you work for Amazon, but you deliver packages like Amazon worker. You just don't get the benefits, and
You're a private contractor.
You're a private contractor. I currently do that. And I wasn't doing this at the time. Okay. This is why I don't qualify for the money. But you are offered what is called blocks. Okay. So I can, I need to back up so people understand. You can, with Amazon Flex, you can deliver from the Amazon warehouse, which you are not tipped by anyone. You are offered a set amount of money. If you accept that 2-hour block or 3-hour block, you get paid that set amount of money. And then there's something called Whole Foods delivery. So you're working for Amazon, but you go and you deliver, which is what I do, Whole Foods orders to people that just order the Whole Foods, and Amazon pays you a base rate, plus you are supposed to keep all the tips. What Amazon was doing from July 2016 until August of 2019. What they were doing was, let's say there's a 2-hour block for Whole Foods, and Amazon was offering you $18 an hour base for 2 hours. They were giving you $36 for 2 hours for you to deliver Whole Foods bags to people. You were supposed to keep those tips, and they told you they were going to do that. And then what was happening with these drivers was, because they would come in and bitch to me at the warehouse. What was happening was they would say, Amanda, I worked a Whole Foods block, $36. I got tipped $1. And I'm like, what? Are they that bad here? And they're like, I don't know. I just think they would say to me, Amanda, I think they're keeping our tips. And I was like, you need to report that. So this went on for a couple years. And what was happening was Amazon took that base pay of, let's say, $18 an hour, and they lowered it to $15. And because they realized that there was too much overhead there, and they weren't going to make enough profit. So the insiders at Amazon basically said, we're going to take tips to make up in certain areas. We're going to take tips to make up for that base pay. So they stole the driver's tips that were tipped to them by these houses.
So you pay it online and you tip the driver?
Paid their base pay with their tips.
Because I'm trying to figure out how they take that cash out of the pocket. I couldn't figure out how that was happening.
It's
so
right.
You pay with your card and you say, 20% of the bill, whatever it is, give to the driver. I got you.
Right. So they were.
And then on top of that, do you have to pay your tips excuse me for interrupting, but do you have to pay taxes on your tips?
Yes.
Yeah, we have to pay in Massachusetts.
Massachusetts,
you have to record 8%.
Okay, but hear me out. If you run Stride Tax, like I run Stride Tax, and you get it's like a tax app, deduction app, and the IRS accepts Stride Tax as a valid tax deduction app. And if you record your total driving time, you get 54 cents a mile. And honestly, if you do this job that I currently do, well, it's just it's like a side hustle for me. If you do this, then all the miles that you drive offset any tax for the most part, because you're getting all those deductions for mileage, right? So I'll give you guys for instance, I literally, as we were talking and as Buddy Light brought this up, I looked to see what my earnings were for last night after people tipped me. And I know for a fact Amazon stopped their practice of stealing tips, because I'm seeing the tips from my blocks. Okay. The drivers that I knew when I worked at the warehouse, the drivers that I knew from in 2016 and 17 were not getting their tips like I just got. They were getting like $1, $2. They were not getting tipped by people. Okay. So here's an example. And let's see if you guys, oh no, you're not gonna be able to see this. I worked 5:30 to 7:30 p.m. yesterday, and I made $30 base and $17 in tips. You can't see it. And I made $47 on that block. I only worked about an hour. Then from 8:30 to 10, I worked another block last night for $22.50, and I got tipped $15 on that block. They were very generous. I made 2 deliveries and was done in about 20 minutes. I made $37.50 for working for 20 minutes.
Pretty good.
So it is very, very good money. And Amazon has to be transparent now about what they're paying you, and the tips have to 100% go to you. They are now, the FTC, they're not even going to go to court, because the FTC is saying you are ordered to pay back $64 million to the drivers that you compensated their base pay with their own tips. That's fucked up.
You keep saying
and that. And then the other thing is that they had to record that. So the drivers got screwed. So yes. Bezos is fucking stealing their money.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
Now they're paying whatever percent the tax structure is in North Carolina is. So now they have to record the taxes on that. Mm-hmm. So they're getting doubly screwed.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So
yes.
Because if they're making $100, like here in Massachusetts, right? If you make, like when I bartended, let's say the bar did $100, right? I had to record $8 for tips. Now I got tipped more than $8,
Yeah.
but that's what I had to record. Do you understand? You know what I'm saying?
Right. On the books.
Right. It's 8% for
Yeah.
but I don't.
You're talking about and the but this is for Buddy Light too. When Amazon's financial officer came out with a statement, there was one statement made about what they did. She came out and basically said, "We've always been transparent with the drivers. We basically don't know what they're talking about, but we're going to make it even more clear in the future."
So when I order
She
something
didn't
off,
admit the thievery at all.
if I order something that's not food, so if I order like a fucking hat off Amazon
Mhm.
and the kid delivers it to my door, he's a contractor.
Yes,
Yeah.
that's what I currently do as a side hustle.
Unless they're driving in Amazon trucks.
Yeah, but he told me he was making like $15.50 an hour.
Yeah,
That's base pay.
yeah.
That's okay. So for instance,
And he's working like fucking 80 hours a week.
okay, I'll tell you. For instance, I never saw this before. Since I've been doing this, I stopped working at hourly with Amazon because this is way better money to do it independently. It's way better money. And the DSP drivers and the Amazon.com drivers in this area only make $15 an hour base, and they don't get benefits until I think 6 months, and the benefits are terrible. Okay. And they were pretty much non-existent for me. I mean, it was nothing. Like it didn't help me at all. The benefits didn't help me at all. And so it was like, you're making after tax, you're not making anything. You're making $10 an hour. Right. Well, they paid the warehouse employees even less than that.
Do they give you shares?
But if you're an independent contractor, they give you if you deliver packages from the warehouse, you get base pay, but you don't get tips. Okay. If I deliver a package to your house and you hand me a $5 bill, I can take it. And I don't have to really report it, but you only get base pay. When you deliver for Whole Foods through Amazon, anything that you deliver tip wise, you get to keep, and they give you base pay, which is why I do that as a side hustle. Because now I'll give you an example. Today, there was a 3-hour block from the Amazon warehouse that I used to work at. There was a 6 p.m. to 9 p.m. 3-hour block. In my world, that means, because I used to work there, in my world, that means about 22 to 24 houses to deliver to. They were surging at 150 to deliver for less than 2 hours. There's no way that it would have taken me all 3 hours to deliver that. I used to work there. I used to make the route.
An Amazon driver that worked for Amazon would be making $30.
Exactly. That's why it is. Now, granted, it was surging. Now, typically, what would they have offered? About $18 to $20 for the block, or per hour. Sorry, per hour.
Mike asked you if they offer shares.
Who is?
Mike.
Do they offer you guys like shares in the company?
No, not at all. So, but because of your mileage, it's going to offset your taxes. So if you do a lot of side hustles, like I used to do work and do side hustles, the mileage offsets any tax you're going to pay on your side hustles.
Is that a free download, that mileage app?
Yes. And the IRS actually accepts that as a valid form of documentation for your mileage. So as an example, I just told you guys that I made $87.50 yesterday and last night, and I only worked for about a total of an hour and a half. And I ran my tax app, and I have $62 in deductions from last night.
Damn.
It offsets what you make. So if you play your side hustles right, you can make money.
So
if you play them right.
I wonder why. How come they don't hire regular Amazon drivers? What about the guys that drive the tractor trailers? They're all in private too.
So we used to, in a warehouse, we used to put out.
They do hire working for Amazon drivers, but you make more money as a contractor.
Yes. So
Yeah, but
so
do you? I mean, because like after, all right. So like this kid I met, right? Yeah, was it yesterday?
was he in plain clothes?
No, he had an Amazon flak jacket on.
Okay.
Yeah. So he makes $15 an hour.
He's making 15 bucks an hour,
Yeah, nothing.
and he says it's easy money. Da 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 da
No, it's not.
da. But well, I mean, I deliver. I mean, when you drive
Yes,
for a
but it's
living,
not, Mike. You know, it's not. I used to talk to the drivers every day, and it is
yeah,
not.
it's
not
hard.
easy.
You got to bust your
You
ass
gotta
to get
bust
them
your
out there.
ass. That's right.
But it's still doable. It's not like it's not
Right.
doable.
Right.
But
Amazon is known for cracking the whip about how fast you get there and get back.
Mike, he would have about, in your area, would have about 112 deliveries on his shift.
right, but guess what? Where I live, and where he's delivering in this area, he's not driving 5 miles to do that.
Oh, right, lots of
Yeah,
houses.
true. Yeah.
He's not in rural. He's
Yeah,
not.
it's
He's not in.
here. Yeah.
He's not in East Bumfuck, Tennessee.
Right.
He's in. You got to remember, I live where there's probably in 1 square mile, probably fucking 1,400 people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, I mean, I get what you're saying. Yes, it's a lot. I get what you're saying.
But I'm saying after tax, those guys don't make nothing. That's why if I ever catch one of them delivering to my door, I'm going to give them a cash tip. Go get yourself lunch, whatever. I never catch them delivering, but those guys don't make anything. The flex drivers, the one who delivered to your door in plain clothes, they make decent money.
I never had a plain clothes guy because we have now we have a warehouse down. There's more warehouse. I got one out of here. Most of our shit comes out of New Hampshire.
Right.
But they just built a huge one in Salem, Mass. A huge warehouse in Salem.
Okay. Yeah. We call them DT4s or DT3s, those huge warehouses.
Because I get behind them, even like on Mondays and stuff when I'm in New Hampshire, delivering up in New Hampshire, in Manchester. They all get out. They leave at a certain time.
Right.
It's like 9:30. They leave the fucking warehouse. And let me tell you something. You want to be going by there at like 9:35. Because if you're going by there at 9:45, you are behind 92 million little blue fucking vans that say Amazon.
Yeah, Amazon. Yep. It's like they're robots. I used to always say we're sending the worker ants because that's pretty much what they are.
Because don't forget now, they'll come to my little townhouse complex, apartment complex, whatever the fuck you want to call it, and they'll do 5 deliveries.
Yeah. Yeah.
But they'll only be here fucking 6 minutes, 7 minutes, not even.
I don't think if you're plain clothes and you're a flex driver like me, as a side hustle is great. If you try to make it a job, like a full-time job, I don't think. I mean, I suppose you could, but the blocks are not as. The only thing about working at the warehouse is you have that guaranteed hours every week.
See, like FedEx ground guys around here, right?
Yeah.
They drive the big square trucks.
Yeah.
Not the box trucks, not the tractor trailers, just the bread trucks, okay? Like the UPS trucks, okay?
Yeah.
Around here, the FedEx ground guys, they're all contractors. They're not FedEx guys. Now they wear FedEx uniforms, but they're FedEx. They're contractors for FedEx.
Yeah.
Okay?
Right.
They make some good coin.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Because now you get paid by package, blah, 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 and all this bullshit. They get paid some good coin. But then they're fucked at the end of the year because they'll get 99, right?
Yep.
So
I get a 1099.
But here in Massachusetts, you're only allowed X amount that you can. You know what I'm saying? It's not like they're using their own vehicle where they can do bill, repairs and all this bullshit and that. But like an Uber driver in Massachusetts, is making some great coin.
Yeah, they're making decent money. Are you kidding me? I used to do that part time. It was decent money.
Uber in Massachusetts, you can because you can write off your oil changes. You can write off your fucking you can write off all
mileage,
this shit.
Mileage, yep. At 54 cents a mile, that really offsets your taxes, Mike, when
Yeah.
you're 1099.
But
You know,
when you're working, when you're not getting that off, so yeah, the money's good up front, but then at the end of the year, if you're not putting it away, you're
gonna get penalized. So
Yeah.
I Ubered part-time. I had two and a half jobs, like a couple years ago before I got sick. And I'm just saying, if you play it, it's such a numbers game with the IRS. And this is where I'm real smart. It's such a it's a math game to the IRS. You know, what bracket you're in, what percentage of tax. I do my own taxes. What percentage of tax, how much you can make, and what percent am I going to get taxed that year? What am I going to be taxed as a 1099 employee and versus my W-2 and all that? And it's worked out for me to my advantage, but you have to be smart about it. You have to be, or it's not going to work.
Give me one sec. Check this out from Buddy Light. He said the state of Delaware is tax-free.
It is tax-free, yeah.
And the state he lives in is not. So the state he lives in expects people buying stuff in Delaware and bringing it into Maryland to pay taxes on whatever they bought.
To declare it.
Fuck you.
Right?
I would tell, hey, Buddy Light, I would tell them to suck your dick as good as they can. There's no fucking way in hell. Because you know what, Buddy Light? I live in Massachusetts. Okay. What you may not know is New Hampshire is a tax-free state. I go and buy my cigarettes. I don't buy my gas there, but I buy my cigarettes and certain other shit there. If I go buy a washer and dryer, it's in New Hampshire. Because
Buddy Light is in, are you in Maryland? Because I'm from Maryland. I used to go shopping in Delaware at the outlets in Dover. He knows what I'm talking about if he lives in Maryland. I used to live on the Eastern Shore. I would go school shopping in the Dover outlet center because there was no tax. Now, Amazon did that whole thing where, 10 years ago, if you bought on Amazon, depending on what state you lived, you weren't paying tax.
Right.
Now you notice when you order from Amazon, you're paying tax for your state on every order.
Yeah.
But it didn't used to be that way. If you pay attention, it didn't used to be that way. Now they're expecting, because Amazon's doing that, they're expecting everyone to do that. So now if you go
But what's going to happen?
Yeah, I would never pay tax on that.
But what's going to happen is that I'm going to put, it's still going to be my name. I'm going to change the shipping address and put it at my sister's house in New Hampshire. I'm not going to pay taxes on it.
Yeah. But Buddy Light, you know what?
You know what I'm saying? So if you're in Maryland,
you got to just go to the outlets. You got to go shop and bring cash. You know what I do? Go to Dover, bring cash. You don't have to worry about it. You still paying cash. You don't have to worry about it.
It's kind of like
unless you get pulled over with a truck.
Amazon won't ship me an air gun in the mail. They won't ship me pellets in the mail. Nothing. Okay.
That's crazy. Because you're a match.
All the big air gun suppliers online, like Pyramid Air Guns of Arizona, they'll ship them right to my house. Okay. Because there's no laws in Massachusetts. They don't want to do it. They don't want. eBay will do it, but Amazon won't.
Yeah.
Okay. But the thing is, it's like I said, I'll ship it to my sister's house and then go get it.
Yep. Smart.
I mean, it's just
there's these little loopholes, and you got to use them. If
Buddy Light says, he lives in Maryland.
Okay, I used to live on the Eastern Shore in Queenstown, Buddy Light, and I used to go, and he knows, I used to go over to Dover and shop tax-free. Back in the day when they didn't get you for taxes. These days, if they're gonna act stupid like that, if it was me back there, I would take out $400, $500 in cash. I go drop it in Dover, shop at the outlets, come back. You never have to fucking worry about it.
Yeah.
That's what I would do if I were you.
What's
Massachusetts?
Hugo talking about the IRS dropping the taxable income rate, side delivery, and Uber type jobs from $22K to $600.
Yes, that's true.
What's that? Explain that.
Let me see. Who said that?
SKS Hugo.
It's not popping up for me.
Hit top chat, turn it into live chat.
How do I do that?
Click on top chat on the little arrow.
What is that? All right, help an idiot out. What does that mean, Steve?
That's what I'm trying to figure out. I don't know if
Dropped its taxable income rate on side delivery.
Okay, to 600
in
bucks.
Uber type jobs.
Yes,
from
what I did
22,000 to
this.
600.
I did this so I can speak to it.
so. Now they're collecting more taxes.
No, so basically what it is you used to be able to make $22,000 or whatever
Before you got taxed.
before you got taxed.
Right.
Now it's like I'm gonna tell you right now. So I got a letter.
Now in Massachusetts, you're getting taxed on every $600 you
Right.
$600 or more you make.
However, hear me out.
I know what you.
I
know what you're saying.
Another one of my side hustles used to be Grubhub. Okay, so when I used to do, and I didn't do it very long because it wasn't that good money. But Grubhub, Grubhub. I did this last year as a little tiny side hustle for a couple months. I think I made $340 in it was a short span of time, and because I made under the $600 mark,
You didn't have to file it.
they didn't have to. They're not sending me the 1099, and they tell you you're not going to send 1099, but they tell you you're still supposed to pay taxes on it. Well, get this, I'm not going to pay taxes on it.
Right.
Okay, so I shouldn't say that live, but yes.
So what he's saying is now you used to be able to make $22K before you had to claim taxes, and now everything over 600.
Yes.
Yep.
Wow, this state it always has been 600.
Wow.
Same thing with the lottery, right? If you win anything over $500 cash,
Yeah.
you have to go and you have to go to the main, what do you call it, and get it.
Right.
You can't. In other words, if I had $1,000 scratch ticket, I can't go to the clerk and say, "Give me $1,000." It doesn't work like that.
Right.
What happens is you take your ticket, you get on the fucking thing. The state of Massachusetts takes 5% right off the top, and then you can either have them take your federal taxes out, or they'll give you a form right then and there, and then you can fill it out for your taxes for that year. Me personally, I would just say take it off now, just like I did when I was out the 3 weeks collecting. Collecting not workman's comp. Jesus Christ, collecting unemployment.
Right.
I had them tax me. I'm like, I'm not going to remember it. I'm not dealing with that bullshit.
I took a gamble. I took a gamble the year before last because I had never been 1099 before, and I had a W-2 as well. And I was like, I didn't pay any tax on my 1099 side hustles, and I was like, this is going to come back to fucking haunt me, right? But because I was smart enough to run stride tax and get my mileage deductions, everything I profited from on the side gigs was even out. It was just, I didn't owe tax. I didn't get any extra money back, but I didn't owe any. And then of course I was taxed on my W-2, so I got money back.
Right.
But that's why I said it's a numbers game. You just have to play the numbers game. And if you do it right, you can do these side hustles and make some decent little money like I just did, like I've been, lately. Okay, but you got to I suggest everybody do Flex. Flex is a great little side hustle. I shouldn't advertise, but I know nobody's, going to take
I did like working at FedEx. They were paying me silly putty money. They were paying me $20.41 an hour part-time.
Wow.
I was there 5 years and 4 months. I was fully vested in their 401k. I
thought that you made better money working UPS and FedEx than that.
What? I'm part-time, sweetheart. I make $20.41 an hour. Well, that's you're not around here, but that's different than doing side whatever the hell that's called. Okay.
Yeah.
That's excellent money part-time.
Okay.
Trust me, it is.
Yeah.
Usually the part-timers get $15 an hour tops.
Exactly. Or my put it to you this way. My daughter works part-time.
Yeah.
She makes $12.75 an hour.
That's so, and that's before tax. It's like, God,
Well, she's a student, so she won't get
it
taxed.
fucking hurts though.
She's a student. She don't pay taxes.
Yeah. Yeah.
So,
That's rough.
but here's the thing.
$20
So
an
with the
hour.
401k,
Yeah.
they automatic whether you have a 401k, you automatically have a 401k.
Yeah.
Automatic. It's automatic. You can't even say no because they're going to take anywhere from 3.5% to 6% out of your paycheck and put it in a 401k.
Right.
Now, come April 1, 2022, Vanguard just sent the thing because that's who the thing is, right? Vanguard just sent the thing out. They're taking 10%.
Oof.
Are they matching
But
10%?
They're matching 6.
Okay.
So you put that you're getting 16%.
Yeah.
So whatever 16%, what's 6? So what did I average? Probably, I don't know.
I used to do with Verizon.
What I average, 18 hours a week there.
Yeah.
17, 18 hours a week times 20. Let's call it 360.
Yeah.
So 360 times, what is that? That's, I'm trying to do it in my head and I can't. Usually I can do it.
Take 360 and round it up to a nice even 400. 16% of that
would be 4 carried to 2, $64
ish. Yep.
So there'd be $64. You know, if on the $400, it'd be $64 going in for that. So, but yeah. So, oh shit! Jesus Christ! It's 2:00 a.m. 2 a.m.
Oh, hey, Shalisa.
Hi, honey.
Hey, Shalisa.
Hope you're doing well.
Carving candles.
And I'm sorry you just came in here, but guess what, sweetheart? You ready? Gear's gonna tell you. It's early yet. And he's not lying. It's early, all right. It's fucking 2 a.m.
We were saying that to Gear last night. We kept him up a long. What time did you wake up last night?
Gear was sick of us last night for the first time ever.
Whatever time we got out of there, I was still up for about another hour. Then I went to bed.
Yeah.
You got to wind down.
Didn't sleep for crap. Had to piss every hour and a half.
Yeah, join the club. Yep.
Got to get your prostate checked. Woohoo!
Well, I drink a lot of water.
That's awesome.
Been there, done that. Now what you got to do is right. You do the when you get to be me and Steve's age, right? Instead of going to have the fucking cavity search done, just shit on a stick and send it back to them, and they'll tell you. You know what I mean? You don't have to fucking worry about anything. As long as you're not, what do you call it? You don't have it in your family, this, that. What's the word I'm looking for? If you're not
predestined to die, is that what you're trying to say?
Basically, like if you're not
predispositioned.
Yeah, whatever. You guys know what I'm trying to say.
Yeah.
But yeah, so you then if you're not, you can shit on a stick and send it back, and then they can tell you whether you have colon cancer or not.
Yeah. So I heard about that. Yeah. Some new kind of test.
Yeah, I don't want to know.
Yeah, you do. Trust me. You catch colon cancer early, and you will survive.
Yeah.
You have to catch it early. Yeah. You know, I had here's a quick story. I had a colonoscopy when I was in 2012, which is how many years ago? 9. I'm 44, so I was 30 something. I had a colonoscopy for a different reason.
Hey, don't be bragging about your hot dates.
No, it's not even. Now just listen. Just listen to me. The problem is he doesn't listen. Okay, most men don't listen.
Because it's not about you; it's about us.
Yeah. So
as soon as you women learn this, the fucking world will be a better place.
Run smoothly. Yeah.
Speaking of places, when a woman finally knows where her place is, we'll all be set.
and spoken like a true Italian man, and it just went like this.
Notice I can say.
Hey, look at. Hey, this is the first and the only time you will see how dark my hair is.
Notice I can get away with saying that because my wife's sleeping upstairs.
Yes, Italian through and through. Don't be blind. Don't be deceived.
Like the post my wife put on my Facebook last night or this morning rather. I'm not yelling. I'm Italian.
Yeah, right.
That's all I do is yell. But I was going to say, you have to have a colonoscopy. This is the public announcement that if you are over the age of 55, you have got to have, usually 50, but it's 55. You have got to have a colonoscopy. I'm going to tell you why. When I was like 36 or 35, I had a colonoscopy for a different reason. And when they did the colonoscopy, they found an irregular spot on my large intestine that they had to biopsy for cancer. Now, lucky for me, it wasn't cancer. They didn't know what it was. It was like an irregular scar tissue, something. But the whole reason that they did that was because if it was cancer at that stage, it would have been like cutting it out, whatever, maybe a little bit of chemo or maybe not even, and then I was good.
They take a whole section of your fucking.
You have just got to do it. Okay, it's not that bad. It's not that bad.
I'm not.
Okay, it's not that Mike. It's not that bad. It's not that bad.
Listen, that's why I shit on a stick. You don't need a colonoscopy.
Yeah. Wow.
If you shit on the
yes, but if you and you know what they said to me when I did it?
If you shit on the stick, you're all set.
You know what they said?
All they're checking technically, if you crap on a stick and send it in, is blood in your stool.
Yes, which is too late by then. Don't do that. Like, so when I went to get it done, I had basically shit myself so bad. I had shit myself so clean that she said it was one of the cleanest colons that she's ever seen. And which is not surprising for me, right? The way
Amanda's got a plaque on the wall at the clinic.
Yeah, like OCD. And so when you clean yourself,
crack you ever saw.
Yeah, my colon.
A big statue of her butthole.
Because you know what it is people don't follow the Miralax recipe the way they're supposed to, and they take it too late, and they don't crap out everything they're supposed to crap out to clean it out. And it makes it harder for the doctor to see everything. The only reason they saw that spot for me was because I was so clean. So that's the hardest part, is just cleaning yourself out. When you go in there, they put you on that twilight thing, and you're like, yeah, man. And then you don't even know what happened. And then it's over and everything's done. Okay.
Yeah, then you're cleaning out fucking Vaseline out of your asshole for the next fucking 6 weeks.
I didn't shit for 2 weeks. I was so clean that I had nothing in there.
That you needed stool softener to shit because it was going to fucking kill you on the way out.
No, listen, I had already shit myself out. It was already, Miralax was like, they make you take a lot, like half a bottle of Miralax, and then you shit yourself out. And then I didn't crap for like 2 weeks after that because there was nothing in there. Nothing. That's what you have to do. Shalisa, right. See, Shalisa has one too. Look. They tell all the other
beautiful colon. How nice.
She wants us to look at Shalisa's colon.
She probably did.
When the doctor told you that, did he say you have a beautiful colon?
I had a female doctor, and she just said it was one of the cleanest colons she had ever seen, as in like I did a good job, following directions essentially. Basically, does anybody want to shit their brains out, like be on the toilet all night before the colonoscopy?
Do you remember hearing that while you were in Twilight?
And you can't eat nothing?
You can't eat nothing. You can't eat nothing. I don't even think I was allowed to drink. I just literally they give you the Miralax, and you're supposed to take it's like you drink like 2 tablespoons of it, and then you have to wait like a half hour, and then you drink
That's
more.
not that white liquefied fucking chalk, is it?
Yeah, kind of, yeah.
Yeah, I ain't drinking it.
And then you drink more of it, and then you drink more of it.
I throw up all over the place with that shit.
And they changed it now, Mike, because they found out that other stuff was there was something toxic about it.
The thick fucking...
No, not the thick. No, not the thick Miralax.
I had an upper GI. Yeah. I had an upper GI and a lower GI down, okay?
You had, yeah.
And I said to the girl, I says, I'll take fucking strawberry, please. And she smirked. I goes, no. I said, buddy of mine said you have strawberry here. She goes, yeah, we got white. And I go, I'm gonna be here a while, sweetheart. And she goes, why? I can already tell you that's gonna gag me. I'm gonna throw it up all over your fucking reception
Yeah, you have to
floor.
drink it when you're pregnant. When
And
they
she
tell
goes like this. She goes, okay. And so I'm drinking it. She goes, you have an hour and a half to drink that.
Yeah.
I'm like, okay. I might as well put my sweats on. She goes, what do you mean? I says, because I'm going out to smoke. I says, because I'm telling you right now, I'm going to puke.
Mhm.
And she's like, whatever you got to do, you got to do. I put my sweats on. I took my little fucking Chinese slippers,
Mhm.
went outside, had a smoke. I'm sipping it just a little fucking little.
Next thing you know. Yep.
And I couldn't do it anymore. I had maybe a half a glass, a little bit more than a half a glass left. And then I felt it coming, and I fucking launched.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I can't. It's too thick. It's too gritty.
The stuff they give you here, you can mix it with Gatorade, orange Gatorade only.
I forget what they call it now, but you have to. Almost every pregnant woman has to drink it because you check for diabetes or something.
Oh, the super sweet shit.
Yeah, you have to check for it. It's very thick, like
It
chocolate.
looks like Mountain Dew, though. I seen my mom had to do that back in the day.
Yeah, but I had to drink something real thick.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I drank.
Yeah.
It's all sugar syrup.
It
Yeah.
was liquefied chalk.
Yeah, that's what it was. So the what you do for the colonoscopy is not that, Mike. It's just Miralax that you buy, that little purple and pink bottle, and you just mix it in like powder. It doesn't really taste like anything. You drink it every half hour, and then you basically shit yourself all night. I mean, not yourself, but you shit all night.
You hope you don't.
You shit all night. You're on the toilet, and that's it. And then you go in the next morning, and you're like, oh, okay, good. Oh well, there's nothing left inside of me to even worry about it. And then the procedure itself is like nothing. And then it's like nothing. You don't even know. You're in a twilight. They don't even put you fully out. You're in a twilight. You don't remember.
Isn't that when they send the camera up your ass?
Yeah.
And you don't feel the camera in your
No,
ass?
no, I didn't feel anything. I didn't feel anything. It just felt like, it just felt like maybe a cold dick going in at first, just a little bit of
No, I don't know anything about that. No, I don't know.
it was
Sorry.
You can't take this girl anywhere. Damn.
All right, listen. Now it's 2:10 a.m. All right.
Shalisa wants to know if you got a sticker.
Did you get a sticker? Did me? I have plenty of stickers, honey.
You mean when I got my colonoscopy, did I get?
Yeah. Like
I don't remember. I don't think so. I don't know though.
You get a star on your forehead.
It was like 9 years ago. I don't remember.
You'll have it again.
I just remember them sticking it up my butt, and then I don't remember anything after that.
Then the party started.
Yeah.
The
All right,
loud
listen.
music.
We're gonna get the hell out of here now that it's 2:11 a.m. All right, I'm getting I can't sit in my seat anymore because I can't. I'm sorry. I don't know how anybody does it. It's just.
I know.
So we have to go crap.
It's
Listen,
early.
I rode a bicycle one time when I was a kid without a seat. I learned the hard way. I don't ever do it again. So, but we're out of here. I want to thank everybody for being on the panel and thank everybody for being out there in the comment section. You guys are the bomb. Much appreciated. And we'll see you next Friday night.
Bye,
That I can assure you.
everybody. Love you
All right.
guys. Bye.
Peace. Have a great week.